right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. We are back in Hold My Nugget Studios. We've got a good game for you tonight. I'm looking forward to it. It is NFC taking on AFC. Old Man Rivers taking the field in prime time for the first time in 5 years. We're going to have ourselves a good time. Monday Night Raw isn't live. It's oh, damn. Phillip Rivers airing it out early, looking for Michael Pittman. Ain't no way they're going to throw a flag immediately. This dude is scheming. Bro, the game just started. Old Man Rivers airing it out. What's going on? Grandpa Rivers immediately took to the air, throwing a bomb on his first play back on prime time. I wasn't ready. I was not ready. God damn. Bro, homie said I'm airing it out immediately. I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm putting this ball in the air. Golly. Okay, Rivers, I see you. Jesus Christ. Okay, but yeah, we walking. We on the walking pad and shit. All right, we on the walking pad and shit. Let me actually put a button over here. Meanwhile, y'all let me know where y'all at. Where's Richardson? Just came back from injury. And, okay, let me get this walking pad started. Am I walking? Yes, I am. All right. Okay, yeah, before the intro, homie already immediately aired it out. Good God. He not wasting no time. By the way, what a day of football yesterday. What a day of football yesterday. Commentary is up and live on all social media platforms. If you haven't already tuned in, 1205 for life put 2 on, said Da Bears. Y'all took care of business. Number 1 in the NFC North. Dwayne put 2 on, said unlike SpongeBob, the 49ers are still fighting indeed. SGF Reese put 2 on, said it's time. Missed you, man. Yeah, I wasn't able to go live last night. Had things we had to take care of. Even before, literally, one of the reasons why I couldn't go live immediately now is beginning the process of trying to write out the
_loves_pack is now following.
I appreciate you to write out the eulogy. And oh Lord, y'all let me know where y'all at the match. Yeah, DK got suspended, rightfully so. He should be suspended. They have alternate angles of what transpired, but you got to remember, from the point in which the recording of the newest angle of the video came out, doesn't mean that tells the entirety of the story. If you're DK Metcalf, you got to know you cannot do that. And is why I've always said, if folks start talking out the side of their face, the best thing that you can do is have somebody in the stadium. So it's like, oh, word, you say less. I'm going to have somebody come see you. You got to recognize what's happening. 2 games is excessive. I think they looked at it like, yo, they got 2 games left in the season. We just going to catch them for the 2. So there's that. Paid in the building. What's going on? What's going on? Somebody made a clip of me raging on the Steelers. It got 100K likes and shares. Where? They had a video of me raging on the Steelers. When? When did that happen? Oh, Oscar got the W? Well, damn. Where was that at? Somebody get the link. Where they got me raging at? 100K likes is crazy, because if you got 100K likes, you definitely got over 1 million views. And folks probably got no idea who the hell I am, bro. Hope they gave me, I don't even know who it is. TikTok. When I made the joke about OJ dead body. Let me see. When was this? They tagged me? On TikTok? Let me see. How the fuck do I even, you know, I still don't really know how to use TikTok. Requests. Sargon put 10 on it. Said, what's going on, Chiseled? It's a video up on Netflix on the actual episode if I'm ready for some. Yeah, it's a video. I see it's not live. It's just a whole video, no commercials. So, Rivers got a beer belly? Yeah, he got a beer belly. I might have to open up a beer, but I ain't eat nothing, so I ain't gonna touch no beers until afterwards. Your father calls it tiki talk. That's fair. But Sargon did say, if you're ready to see the delicious ladies tonight, you already got them going. Thunder Thighs, EO's in the building. You need some thunder? Say less. 2 games is good. He hit a fan in the stands. Right, but I think the fan should be banned if what DK claimed, according to Ocho Cinco and James Harrison, is accurate, then the fan should be banned. But like I said prior, you don't know what actually was said. It's pretty much he said, she said. You got to hope that they're able to pick up audio, albeit this is the NFL. They have boom mics everywhere, and that guy ran front row, so it's a potential situation where they should have picked it up. Now, I ain't going to call son a liar. You just got to wait till evidence comes out. But I actually do support the suspension. I think it should have been 1 game rather than 2, but they probably looked at it like, yo, you can't be hitting fans. You got to set a precedent. Jonathan Taylor with the first down. By the way, this game is brought to you by Underdog. If you guys haven't already, scan the QR code, download the Underdog app, use the promo code Adonis. We got ourselves a battle back on the app trying to get 4 consecutive W's over on Underdog. I'm actually very confident about my squad today because my opponent picked very weird, right? So my opponent has Jonathan Taylor Swift, Jawan Punch You in the Nuts Jennings, or I should say get punched in the nuts Jennings, Tyler Warren, and then Michael Arm Pittman. My squad, oh wait, Rivers is going to air it out. Got a man wide open. Rivers first down to Josh Downs. I have Christian McCaffrey, Pewter City gym leader Brock Purdy, Old Man Rivers, both quarterbacks, and George McGriddle Kittle. I am very confident in my squad. If San Francisco underperforms, I am fucked. But we shall see how things are going to go and play out. Dwayne put 5 and said, how do I think that SpongeBob is feeling about being eliminated? Tune into the commentary. I think SpongeBob made an appearance over there. I think he made an appearance over there. Here comes Becky Lynch now. Meanwhile, the Colts are marching down the field. Stormy said players got to know they can't do that. Some fans be trying to get reactions. 100%, because if you see in the video, after DK swang at him, and I believe he missed, the dude put his hands in the air. Now, one can politic and speculate. He put his hands in the air to call for the officials to come over. But in the newest angle that they have of DK, you know, going from where he was standing to come over, first you hear somebody say, don't sign it. Then afterwards, if you take a look at the guy, he has a Steelers shirt, but then wearing the Colts wig, right? So potentially he tried to, oh my God, what a dangerous, no flag, no flag, no flag, no flag, no flag, thank the Lord. Because that's football right there. That's a good breakup. But you could speculate it's a scenario where the guy came down with a shirt in order to go and get that signed, but probably was saying something towards Metcalf. But we don't know the validity of what was said because remember, this could have been something that was building. I saw a tweet that they said it started in Seattle. I don't believe that shit. But because what's the probability? It's the same motherfucker. Like what are the chances? But overall, it happened at the end of the first half with 2 minutes left to play in the first half. It could have been started from the first quarter and building. Now, DK claimed, according to Chad Johnson and also oh, wow, there's Michael Pittman, first down, moving the chains, but there's laundry on the field. Becky is chatting, by the way. But they claimed that DK informed them, Ocho Cinco and James Harrison, that is, that he called his mom a cunt? Called him a bitch, and then his mom a cunt. Oh, no, pardon me. Called him the N-word, and then called his mom a cunt. Now, albeit, streets, it's fighting words, but you on the field. You got to know better. If it was a situation where somebody tried to spit on him, then naturally you respond accordingly. But still, the distance between sideline and front row is about 10 to 15 yards. And depending on how far out DK was at, it could potentially be 20. He went and made the unilateral decision to go walk over there. So that's on him, period. She said she hasn't seen a single rep. What's she talking about? Oh, what a pass there by Rivers. Able to find Downs. That's a first down on 3rd and 12. Oh, Lord. Where is Raw? It's not showing up on Netflix. Barely know how to work that stupid app. No, apparently it's not live. It's a pre-tape because they did a double taping, I believe, this past Friday or the Saturday or whatever the case is. So they already have everything taped. You found the video, pack it has 900K views. What's the name of it? Let me see if I can search it on TikTok. Let me see. Chiefs are gonna get destroyed on Christmas. Oh, 100% they will. All right, Maxine cutting her promo now. All right, let's see here. Oh, they got a man off sides. That's a flag. Free play, Rivers. Free play. Rivers to the end zone. Touchdown. Phillip Rivers. Over to Alec Pierce. Rivers is cooking. He was about to take his helmet off. Rivers is cooking. Old man Rivers. Old man Rivers.
Congratulations.
He won't stop cooking in prime time. This man is cooking. Stop playing.
Just resubscribe.
Hey, I might have to go grab a beer. He's got a beer belly. What? He's got a beer belly. What? He's got a beer belly. That ain't no beer belly, baby. That's a fuel tank, a whoop ass, and he's unleashing a can all over the San Francisco 49ers. What the hell just happened? What the hell was that? Did the ball hit something? What was falling out of the sky? They're in a dome, so I know they didn't let something out. What happened after the kick? Y'all saw that stuff? It looked like it may have hit a Raven. Yeah, big time win by the Steelers. I saw people bitching about the officiating. I guess they didn't actually watch the game. But what a pass by Rivers. That's big time ball. Jeff in the house, what's going on? Sierra in the building, what's happening? Olivia, what's going on? 10 straight streams, that's love. I look like a calculator salesman, it's crazy. JTF is the account. JTF. JTF 2. Okay. Oh, that's me. All right, yeah, I see myself now. Oh, this motherfucker ain't tagged me. Yeah, so you'd have to search Chiseled Adonis Steelers. Wait, how do they have a screenshot? You could take photos of people in the comment section. How they got me shirtless? I guess y'all can't see it. But they got me shirtless in here. Y'all can't see it. How'd that happen? Man. I'm going to have to comment something. Store manager is crazy. Maxine got Becky struggling one way or another. Phillip Rivers cooking. Phillip Rivers cooking. Yeah, son eating over here off of. This is by far. I'm scrolling here. Man's got. Oh, he got a video that's over 1 million. But how much? That's 200,000 likes on TikTok. There's a lot of reposts that this gentleman makes. It's like, God damn. See, this is why I be wanting that. I don't be putting my @ name in my Steelers reactions. But this was what, December? This is the 4th of December. So how many views is this? If it's the 4th of December, almost 1 million. So it's 967,000 views over there. What do you know? Lemon, what's going on? Said you and your boyfriend watch my content all the time. Thank you for creating content. Why, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. And shout out to Lemon, first time chatter over there on Twitch. Need a watermark all the video? Yeah, I'm going to need to do that. Because there's some of those that I'll make that it's so obvious it's me. But then the thing is, you don't know it's me. Like, I ain't a household name. I'm more of one of those if you know kind of situations. So I would not be surprised if there's individuals out here who could try to see if they could pose as me. Because I'll never forget when I made the Epic Fighting Championship videos, right before they stopped, running their promotion in Russia. There was a whole TikTok page with like 400,000 followers in a month and a half. All they did was repost my vids. They were like, yeah, man, I'm waiting. I'm looking forward to making another one. What you mean you? It's me. I DM'd Sonny. He was like, yo, is that the real you? All of a sudden, turned off his DMs. I couldn't send no message. I'm in the comment section left and right. Hey, man, this me. Like, you repost. Okay, just tag me. Or at least let them know where the fuck you getting the vids from. You can't be on say, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to recording another one. It's not even you. That's the video that people found out OJ was dead. Really? That's crazy. Do I think old man Rodgers will take us to the Super Bowl from where we sit right now? No, but I'll tell you this much. They win 2 in a row and go into the playoffs with a head of steam. We'll see. Oh, damn. What a catch. Down the middle of the field. Is that George McGriddle Kittle? Yes, it is. That's a first down. Too easy for George McGriddle Kittle. Moving the chains for the San Francisco 49ers. Moving the chains for the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon in the building, what's going on? Oh, what a play. Good evening. How you guys doing? Purdy over the middle, able to dump it off to Christian McCaffrey. He's able to pick up 7. Pittsburgh's playing better. Once TJ got hurt, go figure. I mean, technically he didn't get hurt. Kind of a puncture in the middle of a regular procedure, so it's more of a medical thing. But 100% a little bit concerning because now Herbig being out, TJ being out, when they come back, do they still replicate the same variation of defense? Because truly, last 3 weeks, they've played phenomenal defense. The only downside has been in that fourth quarter, they started to let up. Against Baltimore, they started to let up, but they played a very good game. Against Miami, they played magnificent. Fourth quarter started to let up. Against Detroit, played magnificent. Fourth quarter started to let up. That's my concern. Because once you make it into the postseason, you're going to start to see some teams that have been monsters of the fourth quarter. Teams like Denver, teams like Buffalo, guys who can get after you in that fourth quarter and put points on the board and pull off miraculous comebacks. But we'll cross that bridge when we have to. We don't even got no secured playoff spot unless we win next week. So we got to take care of business against Cleveland. McCaffrey on the carry, trying to get to the 25. He's out of bounds at the 26. The other Jeff, how's he going? Yeah, it's a pre-tape. How do you puncture anything during surgery? He just kind of just laying there. Pack said, did I cry on the John Cena retirement day? Yes, but not actually for John Cena's retirement. Because my brother died. How am I doing? I'm surviving. I am surviving. Funeral is this Friday, so that's going to be a little tough. I have to speak probably twice. So I tried to find out what's the time cap. So I think about 5 minutes or so. So I don't want to go over. Oh, Brock Purdy to the end zone. That's a touchdown. He got him. He got him. That's a touchdown. I think that's DeMarcus Robinson. Is that DeMarcus Robinson? That's a TD. Oh, they double dutching out there. They double dutching out there. That's a touchdown. And we got a tie game. And remember, the Colts cannot afford to lose. They have to win. They have to win. They've lost 4 consecutive games, or is it 5? No, it might be 4. They have to win this game. If they lose tonight, they're most likely eliminated from playoff contention because there's no way they can make a comeback in the division. Because they're 3 games behind Jacksonville. They take a L here, it's over. I don't even think they have a chance to win the division now that I think about it. Because Houston is where? At 10 wins now, right? So, am I going to live stream any of the Christmas Saturday games? Yes, I just have to figure out which one. Yeah, Jacksonville is absolutely rolling. Yeah, if the Colts lose, they're out. They're out because the lowest wild card already has what, 10 wins? Because right now, because Baltimore, Pittsburgh, the only way either of those teams get in is if they win the division. Right now, in the playoff picture, right now in the playoff picture, it is in the AFC. Yeah, Houston has 10 wins. So if the Colts lose, it's over.
Gotcha, bitch.
There's no scenario in which they get in.
Jafarian
And I
21
believe
is
they
now
play Houston
following.
again, don't they? The Colts play Houston at the end. They play Jacksonville next. So truly, if they win 3 in a row, they can get into the playoffs. It just depends on what happens with if they win out, they're going to the playoffs because they'd beat Houston and they'd be in. Yeah. So if they win out, they'd go to the playoffs. If they win out, they go to the playoffs. So they still control their destiny. They still control their destiny because they're one game behind Houston, and ultimately them and Houston would be playing for the final wild card slot if Indianapolis can win out. Baltimore would be out. Baltimore is out with a victory from Pittsburgh or another loss. That's just the situation. Javon Evans with the great splash to the outside. So yeah, that's the situation. Bronco fan said, wouldn't I agree? What you mean? Jacksonville has a lot of people underestimated, but you didn't. Yeah, they're very good this year. Did your Broncos a favor? Would I agree that they did the Broncos a favor? What do you mean by that? Bronco fan said the Jacksonville Jaguars did the Broncos a favor. What do you mean by that? Like kicked them in the teeth? Because it was a tough game. Like Jacksonville truly dominated that game. They took care of business. Hey, said you low-key cried when I started talking about my brother. Because you lost a friend who died from suicide not that long ago. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough out here, man. It's tough out here, man. Do your best to grieve. I don't even really know how to grieve, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to figure out my emotions. I don't know if they're going to pour out on the day of the funeral, if it'll just happen, a random memory pop into mind later on. Like, I've had random, memories pass by, and I just laugh. I actually found a photo. Damn, I can't do it on this phone because for whatever reason, it's blacked out every time I try to show it on the screen. But I found a photo from my very first actual stand-up showcase. Oh, my God, the football's loose. He fumbled. The ball's out. That's 49ers football. That's 49ers football. But I found a photo from my very first stand-up showcase in 2017, and he was there with me. And in my birthday show in 2019, he was there with me too. Yeah, the 49ers ended up, that football's out. That football's out. That football's out. Oh, my Lord, this is bad for Indianapolis. And Amir Abdullah's a very good kick returner, too. Amir Abdullah's a very good kick returner. This is bad for Indianapolis, bro. Literally, as they walked into Pittsburgh, the number 1 seed, they've lost 6 of their last 7? Just terrible, bro. No, not 6 of their last 7. 5 of their last 7. My apologies. Because they were 6-1, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it 7-1? Jermaine Patuan said Todd Bowles is in the files. Fire him, please. No, he's 100% gonna get let go. Them not going to the playoffs is gonna prompt them to letting them go. Because more often than not, if you're a team that's constantly making it to the postseason, to a degree, even if you're underachieving, sometimes the organization can say, you know what, maybe there's different factors that's preventing you from being able to get over the hump. But at bare minimum, you'll be in the postseason. This year, they'll most likely not be in the postseason. They'll see Carolina again. As long as the Panthers take care of business next week, and then potentially, if Tampa were to lose next week, when they meet each other week 17, that's it. That's party done. Division already wrapped up, But most likely, it's a wrap. It's official. The Chiefs are moving to Kansas. Yeah, I did see 2031. They're going to move. Some organizations, they'll sit there and they'll wait, but I think for Bowles, unfortunately, it's clipped now. There's a handoff. McCaffrey, nearly a first down. It's going to be a 3rd and 1 here. Let me check on my underdog, see where I'm at. I still haven't removed the ticket from my cart for the tickets for Monday Night Raw this upcoming January. Because unknown Adonis was supposed to come with me. Do I have a Super Bowl favorite for both conferences? I still like the Los Angeles Rams in the NFC. And the AFC truly is wide open, bro. Like, the safe bet for me right now is Buffalo, and I don't trust them. New England looks very nice. I just want to see what things look like in the postseason. Like, I can't tell you definitively. Like, I like Jacksonville. I like Houston. New England, Denver is what all the defense, it's wide open. I can't definitively tell you somebody who is truly head and shoulders the best in the AFC. It's all over the place. But in the NFC, I like the Rams, I like the Seahawks, I like the Bears. Those are my three. There's the cutter. It's over. That's my three in the NFC. Philly, I think they're going to get booted out. They might get a W depending on who they play. Carolina, San Francisco, I don't really trust them. San Francisco has a lot of vets that's been there, done that, but it all depends on matchup. Because right now, the way it's slotted, it's San Francisco versus Philly. I think San Francisco is going to boot Philly. I think Philly's one and done. Unless they run the football, I think Philly's one and done. Truly, that's just where I stand. I think Philly's one and done. But then if it's San Francisco taking on Seattle, that's divisional football. Truly, that could go either way. That could go either way, right? But if it's San Fran taking on Chicago, I'd actually lean a little bit more towards Chicago. I believe it or not. I'd actually lean a little bit more towards Chicago because Chicago right now would be taking on Green Bay. And if Green Bay don't have love, because they're done playing each other right now, but Green Bay actually hasn't even fully qualified because they lose 2 games, they out. So you got to figure out what's the availability with love. End zone touchdown, Christian McCaffrey. And that's the second touchdown pass for Pewter City gym leader Brock Purdy. You're a Raiders fan. What do you need to do to help? Get rid of Mark Davis. Get rid of Mark Davis. You need to fix the entire organization. Tell Tom Brady to unretire. Chucky Bobby put 10 on and say, I honestly think San Francisco is underrated. If they win out, they'll be the #1 seed in the NFC. And you'd be afraid to play them in Santa Clara. That's fair. But my concern for them is no Fred Warner, no Nick Bosa, albeit they've went the bulk share of the season now without those 2 vets, right? So you've already adjusted. But that's big-time star firepower that you're going to need in the postseason, and you don't have them. You don't have. That's like one of the things, the driving forces, because we've seen teams win without their captains, without their best players before. It's just something about having those 2 key guys on defense not there that's a little concerning for me. Stealth Mode just resubscribed. I appreciate you.
Oh my God.
Stealth_mode just resubscribed for 21 months. Curse lit.
Much love. Josh the Great said, made a suggestion that when Keyshawn Booty scores, I should play the Booty Butt Cheeks song. Now you think about it, I should change it to the Bubba Sparks Booty Rocking Everywhere. I like the Booty Butt Cheeks because that could be another nod to the unknown Adonis because we love the Boondocks. Giants are never gonna win again. I think it can happen in time. It could happen in time. But yeah, overall in the NFC, I should say the AFC, it's anybody's conference. It really is anybody's conference because everybody in the AFC can be beat, and everybody in the AFC can beat each other. The NFC, it's a little bit more top heavy. Carolina, I picked them to win the division, but Seattle or Los Angeles, whoever they play, body bag. Like legitimately, it would have to be a situation where they're completely off their game to where Carolina would be able to get them. Because I just don't see Carolina being able to win that game. But it's any given Sunday. It's playoff football. Crazier things have happened. You know? As for Green Bay, losing Micah Parsons is brutal. Brutal. Because that defense was getting walked down the stretch. But they played very good for 3 quarters. Dwayne put 5 on say, who scored the touchdown for the 49ers? Many Men Robinson. No, it was DeMarcus Robinson, and then it was Christian McCaffrey. Brian Robinson didn't score. You got the wrong Robinson. Nikki Bella. Oh, Jesus Christ. Girl's a loser. They cooking right now. They cooking right now. Are they cooked without DK? No, I don't. The way we're running the football, I'm not concerned. And if MVS isn't out with a concussion, you still have a guy who could take the top off the defense. So I'm not very concerned there. And remember, we win next week, we win the division. So it's just a matter of just getting past Cleveland. Albeit, some folks are, it's just Cleveland. It's still a professional football team. And they was giving the Bills hell this past weekend, or I should just say yesterday. So it's just a situation where we got to take care of business, period. All right, here we go. Under 5 minutes, and it seems like the center is gone. Jeez, Indianapolis has to win out, and they can make the postseason here. But if they take an L here, it's going to be very, very bleak. There's a pass right there to Downs. He's going to go down after a gain of 8. Whoa, what was that late shove for? What the fuck? Some got to relax. Just have the Packers beat the Ravens. I mean, the Packers beating the Ravens would ultimately eliminate the Ravens, but still, I can't put trust, and neither should any of the fans put trust in another team to have to take care of business that you got to take care of. Beat who's in front of you. You said big booty baby. Oh, you must be ahead. Actually, let me just skip this Nikki Bella promo. Nobody want to see this shit. Oh, yeah, there's Bailey right now. Big booty Bailey, big booty Bailey, big booty Bailey, big booty Bailey, oh, big booty Bailey, big booty Bailey, oh, big. All right. Nonetheless, 3:30 left to go here in the first quarter. The Colts are approaching midfield, 1st and 10. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Old man Rivers was cooking on the opening drive. There was a fumble on the kickoff, so this is their second drive. Ooh, pass sails incomplete. He's looking for a flag. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. What do y'all think about these Colts deep sea ocean jerseys here? This deep blue. I don't know why. It reminds me of the, what was that? Because anytime I see like the all blue Colts jersey, I think of Austin Collie. And I think it was the 09, yeah, the 09, 2010 Indianapolis Colts. Oh, Roxanne, oh my. And Liv Morgan. Ooh-wee. Orca, have yourself a good night. First down, Colts. They moving the chains. Clarence Batum said, who do I think is going to the Super Bowl? In the NFC, between the Bears, Rams, Seahawks, and the AFC is literally wide open. I honestly, I don't know. I really can't give you an informed decision on who in the AFC I like. Usually I'd be able to give you a prediction. Like, hey, I like this squad. In the AFC, literally it's everybody and nobody. It's everybody and nobody. K Styles before I said, your dad showed me something crazy called the Redneck Brawl. It's exactly as it sounds. 3 1-minute rounds. Back-to-back fights. You got to check it out. Shit. Oh, Rivers going to air it out. Pass sails incomplete. Just missed his man. Just missed his man. Distraught Patuan said, well, I take a shot with you. You just hit 2K. Oh, you just hit 2K? All right. Well, I got some rum here. So, we got the barbecue. So, cheers to you. 2K. OFP said Austin Collie's also what comes to mind for you. Nice. First down, Alec Pierce. Hey, Phillip Rivers is dealing. Phillip Rivers is dealing right now, bro. I don't know if y'all tuned into Monday Night Football or not, but Phillip Rivers is out here dealing. Phillip Rivers is out here dealing. He's already over 100 yards. He's 8 of 12, 109, and a TD. Phillip Rivers is dealing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are watching the old god cook. This might be an all-time, I don't want to say all-time game, but yeah, doggone it, he out here balling. He out here balling right now. I want to see more Rivers. Oh, it's a toss. End around reverse. Downs got it. Oh my God, what a tackle. Yo, he almost had a seam that would have taken him most likely to the end zone. Because if he reversed field and went the entire way back to the right, he could have potentially scored. But what a tackle right there. Do I think the NFL will allow DK to appeal? No. And even if they do, I don't think it's going to be a situation where they shorten it to one game. Unless audio comes out of what DK claimed to Ocho Cinco and James Harrison, where he called, that fan called his mother a cunt and called him the N-word. Unless that audio or video comes out, there's no scenario where it's going to be shortened down to one game. A bad ball there from Rivers, but it's still caught by Downs. Another first down. Yo, Downs is the leading receiver right now. I think that's over 60 yards right now. That brother balling. That's his 5th reception of the first quarter. They are moving the chains. Rivers, and that was a delayed pass too, because he was in the middle of passing. Hey, they doing all right. Rodgers-Rivers playoff game. No, it wouldn't happen unless both of them win in the wild card. And then even still, if they won in the wild card, it wouldn't happen until if they both won in the divisional round to go to the AFC Championship, because the highest seed the Colts can get is the 7th seed. It is the 7th seed, unless, well, actually, yeah, it would have to be the 7th seed because they have Jacksonville and they have Houston left. So they have to win out, right? And because of the standings at the moment, Buffalo being at 6, Indianapolis winning out. If they win out, actually, do they have a chance for the division? I think they do. Because if Houston loses next week, they beat Jacksonville. Can they still? Oh, no, I don't think so. Actually, yeah, I think they will. They'd be able to get the division. Yeah, so the division is still in the cards. I take that back. The division is still in the cards. Because right now, they're sitting there at 8, but they still got the 3/4 of this game, next game, so they can potentially get a little higher. They would need Buffalo to lose. They'd need the Chargers to lose a bit as well, because the highest record they can get is 11-6. But, no, I think it's either 7 or 3. No, 7 or 4, my apologies. And then depending on what happens with Pittsburgh. 7, 4, 7, 4. Yeah, 7 or 4. That's their only opportunity. 7 or 4. So they wouldn't have a chance to play Pittsburgh unless they met in the AFC Championship. Or potentially in the division if they win the division. In the divisional would be their only chance. Jimmy said, if I need my suit hemmed and I'm in Northeast Ohio, your parents know how to fix that suit nice. Oh, well, that's nice to know. I mean, this one I won't because this one's too small for me now. But I am going to order another suit. It's just they don't have my size, another active suit. And then I actually have to get my, I have to take my pants back to the seamstress or perhaps the tailor because it ripped at the last wedding. Did I see the Nikki Bella promo? Yes, I did. It was all right promo, but I've had enough of Bella. Pats Broncos Super Bowl. Well, that's impossible. So that's impossible. Connor, that they're both in the AFC. That's unfortunately not how it works. Have I seen the Jets haven't had an interception? Yes. I was going to talk about it in the commentary, but I want to wait because I don't want to jinx it. Although there's no power that I have to make them get a interception. But if they go the whole year no picks, that might be the first time. And actually, you know what? Let me see. No, yes, it would be because they just set the record. 15 years. No, 15 straight games, no INTs. That might be a record right now. Where do I get the suits? The one that I'm going to get is from X Suit because they have the mobile suits, but I did see they have a couple of other ads on Instagram for other breathable, stretchy suits and stuff. So I'm most likely going to get the beige tan from X-Suit, but I have a ton from Indochino, but their material's not really the best like that. So we'll see. I'm telling folks, man, I'm bringing suits back. I went to an ugly sweater function Friday evening. My dumb ass wore a suit. I just found my AJ Lee sweater for the first time in a decade. I'm most likely going to wear that to go to Monday Night Raw. I completely forgot to bring it with me. So maybe Christmas, I'll wear it on the stream. Did I see how James Madison lost to the Ducks? Yeah, I did. Actually, that was the game that we were watching when we were when I was at a function on Saturday evening. All right. Oh, the pass ricochet. Oh, nearly intercepted. Oh, nearly intercepted. Wait, 2nd and goal. Oh, they had a penalty right before. Damn, that backed them up. They're taking it easy on Rivers. I wouldn't necessarily say they're taking it easy on him. But the O-line is protecting them very well. Do I think the AJ shirt still fit me? Actually, yeah, I still have it. I have an AJ shirt as well. Oh, Bailey is crazy. All right, there's a handoff to Jonathan Taylor Swift. He's going nowhere, and he's stopped. Let me check on Underdog and see where I'm at. I got to be in first place. There's no way because all of my guys have scored. I got to be cooking my opponent right now. Oh, yeah, Bailey is snapped. Okay, damn. I'm up by 31. Yeah, I'm getting this $90. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm cooking, son. It's a wrap. Destroy. It's about to be four times in a row, albeit I don't want to gloat too early. Distraught Pateno said, first off, my good sir, I'd like to say RIP to your brother. You truly appreciate the love I sent you on your YouTube journey. Rivers in zone. Oh, my God, another touchdown. Alec Pierce holds on with the score. Back-to-back TDs for Phillip Rivers. He is absolutely cooking. All 86 of his children in the building to watch Granddaddy cook. Distraught Pateno on it. Said you'll take a shot from our brother as well. Let's grow together 2026. Yes, indeed. Pass interference on the defense. It don't matter. Old man Rivers is absolutely cooking. Doggone it, he's throwing touchdowns. Old man Rivers. This dude is absolutely cooking. 2nd touchdown over to Pierce, and the Colts are rolling with the Rivers, rolling with the Rivers, rolling down the Rivers, rolling down the Rivers, rolling up the river, rolling up the river. They cooking. They are cooking. I told y'all, what did I say? That first drive, I said, oh, Rivers look a little different. Rivers in prime time. Rivers recognized he got the world watching. Rivers got every single one of his children in the building. Rivers is going to cook. Rivers is going to bowl. And Rivers got 2 touchdowns already. He's cooking. The 49ers may have 14, but old man Rivers got the granddaddy scores. Rivers might be the only person in the NFL right now who was born in the 70s. Ah, shit, no, Rivers was born in 81. I'll take that back. He's the last one in the NFL before the Reagan administration. What's that? Who was before Reagan? Was it Nixon? I think it was Nixon. Yeah, it was Nixon because Watergate. Yeah. No, it might not be. Carter. I'm wilding. Because Nixon, early 70s. Carter, Jimmy Carter. Yeah. Carter administration. Ain't Jimmy Carter just died? He just passed, right? Like got to 100. Man's was looking crazy. It'd be wild when people be posting photos of people who damn near like passed. Yeah, he just recently passed, right? R.I.P. to Carter. But yeah, I remember I saw a photo. Son was just I'm like, come on now, don't do that. Don't publicize these videos. Oh, my pops is going. No, I was just calling you to see if you was all right. Yeah, you good? Okay. Yeah, so I'll call you after I get done with the stream. All right. But you good? Okay. All right, I'll check on you later. All right, bye. He voted then passed? Okay. So was it this year? Or was it late last year? Well, if it was 2 months and afterwards. Yeah, but he made it to 100. Rodgers is 41. Yeah, but Rodgers was born, what, 84? I think Rodgers and LeBron are born the same year. Hey, you better protect that football now. Reverse field. He's not going to go anywhere. He's out of. Oh, actually, what a good return. He brought it to the 31. That's actually a better return from Moore. That's a better return there from Moore. Rodgers was born 83. Oh, yeah, so he's older than LeBron. Jackie Chan or Jet Li? Jackie Chan. Jet Li, I loved Jet Li's films when I was young. I loved Jackie's films when I was young. I think Jackie was a bit more versatile. Rodgers looks like he's 50. It's because Rivers don't grow out his facial hair. Here comes Gunther. $1 per 5 on said, if San Francisco wins, you'll eat a plate of dry pasta. And late condolences for your brother. I'm rooting for Pittsburgh in his memory. Why, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, you don't got to eat a plate of dry pasta solely if San Francisco wins now. I mean, dry pasta, depending on what kind of dry pasta. I've had some delicioso dry pastas in my day. Ridges looks like he's on crack. I don't know about all that now. Rivers handed off to LT. Now he hands off to JT. Yeah, it's crazy. The difference in era. Like, that's the beautiful thing about different eras of when you viewed people play, because somebody's connected to somebody else that's connected to another person that takes you into multiple different eras to where you can hear stories of somebody who was damn near a generation and a half before you from somebody who played with somebody who played with that somebody. Like, ain't that wild? That's the craziest thing about it all. Like, for example, Tom Brady retired 2 years ago. So Brady played with a ton of different people. He was coached by Belichick. Belichick was in the league since the 80s. Actually, no, since the 70s, right? The late 70s or so. He coached LT. So anybody who played for the Patriots, you're getting a direct first-hand experience of stories of somebody who was in the locker room coaching LT. For Brady, he played with Vrabel. He played with Brewski. He played with Sean. He played with Rodney Harrison, right? Rodney Harrison also played with Junior Seau. Tom Brady also played with Junior Seau as well, right? But those superchargers of the 90s, direct, in-house, stories you can get from Brady because he played with Harrison. Manning played with Marshall Faulk for just 1 year, right? Oh, damn, they got a man who went down. But yeah, I say all that to say there's always somebody who's connected to somebody else. Like, remember that crazy stat, how there was somebody for like 35 years in the NBA Finals who at least was a teammate of Shaquille O'Neal? Isn't that wild? Shaq played, 19 years? But every single season for like 30 years, and you could date back from before Shaq even got to the league, which I don't think they should have counted those. But for a grandiose amount of time, there was a teammate that had played with Shaq. Shit crazy. Oh, Gunther done stepped on top of the announce desk, and he's milking the reaction of the audience, knowing that it was him who retired John Cena. Brian Pavavon said Rivers was born when the 49ers began their dynasty. 81 is also the same year that Ronnie Lott joined the team. Indeed. Coaching trees are crazy. Yeah, it is wild. What would a video game, the Chiseled Adonis video game look like? Drama. Lone Wolf said, how do you get your Twitch back? I actually would be the wrong person to ask. Brock Purdy's got time. Pass is going to be caught. First down. And that's Kendrick Evan airborne. That reminds me, I got to watch Doc. I got to watch Bourne Identity. Well, really the whole Bourne trilogy. Doc Ock put 5 on, said ever since Derrick Henry cut his dreads, he's been fumbling. Is it time to get them back and get his power back? Potentially. I mean, he's got 7 fumbles the last 2 years? Oh, yeah, they're going to review to see if it was a catch. I don't think he actually was a catch. Yeah, he was going to the ground. He got hit. The ball does come out. The ball does come out. He's got to hold on to that. Yeah, it's incomplete. Ball does come out. Rich Gannon was throwing all kinds of all angles before Patrick Mahomes was being praised for it. Rich Gannon had the tail end of his career in Kansas City and then all of his time in Oakland. He was balling. Oh, CM Punk got bigger problems. I don't think it was a good idea for him to come out and get in the face of Gunther. God damn, yo, the bags under Punk's eyes are insane. The bags under Punk's eyes is absolutely insane. For a brother who's straight edge, he looked like he'd been through addiction. Golly. Brock and Rivers is balling. More Rivers than Brock. But, hey, they're both having good games. 2 touchdowns through the air. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. Yeah, he has been mourning Larry. That is true. Punk is in his 40s, soon to be in his 50s. Soon to be in his 50s. Oh, here come Rey Mysterio now. Rich Gannon, your GOAT. Shout out to the late bloomers. 2K5 better than Madden 25. I still think ESPN 2K5 is the greatest football game ever made. The fact that Rivers came back and has been killing shows he retired too early. Nah, I think he retired on time. Because you guys got to remember, this is only a game and a quarter that we've seen him back so far. You put him in there for a whole season, taking abuse back there at 44 is very difficult to endure. And remember, Rivers isn't somebody who's mobile. Neither was Brady, but these guys made checks at the line to ensure that they weren't getting hit like that. We're only seeing a game and a quarter thus far from Rivers. Now, granted, the ability to sling the ball and read defenses, I think for all intents and purposes, that should always be there for a quarterback. Unless, of course, you have a situation like where Drew Brees' health ultimately declines to where now it's too difficult to fucking do that. Like even Peyton Manning throwing a football is a fucking struggle, right? Like you could see somebody toss it on the Manning cast here and there. But if you was to say, yeah, throw a 50-yard bomb, he can't do that shit no more, right? So that's where it's a little bit difficult, if you will. But overall, the ability to read defenses, that'll always be there. But then the health is where things ultimately end up breaking down. Adala put 5 on, said if Charlie Irsay Gordon takes notes fast enough, could Indy make this dub? Well, we'll see. Oh, they got another segment with Gunther backstage. Oh, he must have spotted somebody. Oh, it's AJ Styles. Gotta play Unk music? What's Unk music? So I think Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio makes the Hall of Fame. Well, Rey's already in, so Sin Cara, that's blasphemy. Even being the same sentence, crazy. Unk music? Oh, you mean outstanding? Well, he's not washed, so I wouldn't necessarily say son is washed. So When do I think you find out who the masked guy was on theory? When did I find out? Probably after the second week. Oh, Purdy's gonna run 3rd and 10. Can he get the first down? Oh, he got a knee to the face, but did he get the first down? I think he might be a half yard short. He might be a half yard short. Jaleel put 5 on, said can't watch the stream tonight, but wanted to donate. You'll watch later on. I appreciate that, Jaleel. Much love. Here comes the vision to close out the evening. There's 17 minutes left in the program, but it'll finish out. Gunther becoming the most hated, and rightfully so. Yeah, he could have thrown the football, but decided not to. Actually, yeah, he's a half yard short. Let's see what they're going to do here. Most likely they're going to give it to Kyle Juszczyk. No, they're just going to go and sneak it, and he gets it. Juszczyk able to go and push Purdy to go and get the first down. Favorite Rocky movie? Probably 3. Actually, no, I'll take that back. Probably Rocky 1, because the ending of Rocky 1 still, till this day, cinema. Cinema. Who's the better coach, John or Jim? Jim. John has way too much questionable activity in the fourth quarter for me to go and give John the nod. Jim, when he came to San Francisco, revitalized that fucking organization, ended up having to leave way too early, came back to the NFL, woke up the Los Angeles Chargers. Oh shit, Christian McCaffrey running through tackles, picks up the first down. So I'd go Jim, but John has much more longevity. But still, in the 6 years in the NFL that we've seen Jim coaching, he's been in the playoffs, what, 5 of the 6? Because they're going to the playoffs again this year. So 5 of his 6 that he's there. His teams have been competitive. They have a very good philosophy, if you will. John has had, great teams, but he's underperformed for all intents and purposes. John is an Ed and Ray Lewis merchant. Well, he came into the organization coming off of Brian Billick, having those cornerstones there. Then drafting Joe Flacco was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to those guys. Then getting Ray Rice, acquiring Anquan Bolden, getting those pieces there, able to go and make a push and make it into the postseason. But those mid-2000s Ravens teams, or I should say the early 2010s Ravens teams, should have been they should have won more playoff games, right? Because 2011, Lee Evans squeezes a football, they go to the Super Bowl. And truly, I think they beat the Giants. That's just because the Giants were fraudulent. 2011, Eli was fucking cooking. But it should have been San Francisco. Kyle Williams just doesn't know how to hold on to a football. Like, what are we doing, right? I don't want to get into it. But 2012, they end up getting the W. I think if the lights never went out, San Francisco probably rolls over Baltimore. But 2011, I think Baltimore would have got it. 2013, I don't think they made the playoffs. 2014, they was able to go and take advantage of Pittsburgh had injuries. But I think if Pittsburgh was healthy, Baltimore, forget about it. You're gone in the wild card. Sorry. Bias, but they take care of business. Well, ultimately, when they go and they get Lamar, underachieving. Since getting Lamar, underachieving. So that's where the concern happens to be there for Baltimore. Oh, Austin Theory with a huge kick. God damn. Honest question, since Phillip Rivers has come back, do I think there's a chance that Eli Manning? No. Eli's not coming back. Rivers is an anomaly. The bulk share of quarterbacks that have retired, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, who else? What other big-time quarterback? Oh, wow, what a pass. What a pass. That George Kittle again? A touchdown. No, that's actually his first score. I don't know why I said it again. George Kittle in the end zone. That's a touchdown. Yeah, this is crazy. I don't think my opponent has 10 points. I really don't think my opponent has 10 points, bro. This is 48-6, bro. There's no way he's making a comeback. Ah, shit. I guess you can't see it. But yeah, there's no way son making a comeback. This bread is mine. We got 4 straight victories over on Underdog, bro. It's a wrap. 4 straight. We making money this year. This has been a good year over on Underdog for me. Yeah, defense is optional. Eli on an amazing PR run. Yeah, because the benefit is having the Manning cast that's there. Of course, the last name Manning carries you very far. I believe Eli has Eli places on ESPN as well. But I think folks to a degree are overinflating, what the career was. I'm not saying son was ass by any estimation. I just think he was him. I don't want to put him and Fitzpatrick in the same conversation. So I'll just say Eli is the greatest average quarterback of all time. Of all time. And if you want to say he's elite, he's the worst elite quarterback of all time. There's no way, oh man, my whole career, I'm 117 and 117, like you're 500. Come on now. And albeit wins, it's a team sport to go out there and win. But for those of us who watched Eli's career, there had been moments in which his team let him down, without question. Without question. But there's a lot of times in which Eli didn't perform. That's neither here nor there. If he had a no line, he'd be high. 100%. You are 100% right. Just like if Rodgers' front office actually gave him the appropriate pieces on offense, or I shouldn't even say the appropriate pieces on offense because Rodgers made it work. If you get Rodgers a defense, you're probably looking at a couple more championships. But we could play the it, woulda, shoulda, coulda game all day. You know? You don't think Eli was more talented than Romo? You just like throws at a bowl? I think Romo was a better athlete by all estimation. The problem was in the clutch, Romo was questionable. He wasn't as bad as people made it seem. Because people made it seem like, yo, when burnt orange, it works good with my color profile. I actually have to go get that done, most likely in the new year in the city. I'll go figure out the color profile, then change up, said closet, but it is what it is. But yeah, it always varied because there's a lot of nuance to the conversation, right? Funny that Green Bay has a defense after Rodgers left. Crazy, isn't it? It's like the same thing that happened with Marino. How many good for the Dolphins fans who have actually been around for a very long time? Eli's not the Brady Slayer. Stop it. He's not the Brady Slayer. Look how the Giants defenses played in those games. You can't give all the credit to Eli. Eli in Super Bowl 42 played the same way that Brady played in Super Bowl 36. You just hung around in the last drive. I'm here. That's it. 56 minutes of football. You're as average comes. You did nothing. 2011, I'll give all the credit to Eli. That was his season from heaven. He balled. But really, if you look at his son's career, he played, 15 years? At best, 4 seasons. That's the thing. And I'm not talking about, going to the playoffs and all. 15 years, only 2 years, he actually won playoff games. Folks wasn't out there, I'm shaking in my boots. I got to see Eli Manning. That wasn't the case. But I don't want to take anything away from some. I just want to provide critique because I give details when I give you my critique. No. See, saying Eli is basically Robert Horry is crazy. He wasn't just there. Like 2011, he was willing that team. Albeit the defense showed up in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. The defense was playing lights out, but Eli was also playing lights out there as well. So I can't say Robert Horry. I think that's sacrilegious to go that far now. I wouldn't say that. JM Bruv in the building. What's going on? CJ Pafabo said if Pittsburgh had Burrow or Lamar, would they have a ring? No. Maybe in 2022, 2023, even 2024, potentially they can win a playoff game, but no, they just don't have the pieces. Offensively, and the philosophy wouldn't have worked. You could have put Dan Marino back there to play quarterback. If your offense is being called for just screens, dump offs, you're avoiding the middle of the field, run, pass, you're predictable, you ain't going to be able to go out there and get no championship. So, like I said previously, there's going to be some times in which Rodgers got to go into business for himself. There's a dump off, and Rivers back on the field, able to find Jonathan Taylor. He's going to pick up 5. Monkey. Put 5 on, say Eli's the greatest average QB of all time. Are you a jerk for wanting to cry? Because you ain't getting no sugar before you left off. Nah, you're just I guess that'd make you what, a lover girl? Championships matter. Let's not act like they don't. 2 Super Bowls in a cakewalk. You're not wrong. Championships do matter. But there's a lot of nuance in said championships. Like, a lot of things have to go right in order to go and get a title. Damn, Rivers is going down. They done got the grandpa in the backfield, and Rivers goes down for the 3rd time since returning to the NFL. Derek Carr back? Nah, Derek Carr, it's over. Because health ultimately put him in a situation where he couldn't be able to continue to play. So Derek Carr getting a phone call, it'd be a bad situation. Did I see the incident, Blake Monroe on NXT, where apparently there was a mistake with the change of the title? I don't like the fact that I believe they announced there was a mistake. I don't like that. Because again, you shouldn't let the cat out the bag completely. Like, yo, you see the title change. Let the people believe, oh shit, was it legit? Was it not? Like, don't just come out and say, yeah, it was actually not meant to be that way. God damn, somebody's leg just got fucking bent. How the hell is Mustafa's not down? Impossible. Bro, his leg almost got fucking snapped in two. Wow, 4th and 2. They're going to have to come off the field. It's a 3rd and out. It's a 3 and out. But Pittman tried an effort to see if he could get there. Thank God Rivers got rid of the football because that would have been bad. My leg. No, I think they did already did tapes. So there's no scenario where she's going to get it back this side of the year. Is Eli the Danny Green of the NFL? See, now y'all getting wild, bro. He wasn't just somebody who was just hanging around. 2011, he was balling. 2011, he was balling. And he did make the necessary throw and hold on in that Super Bowl. But the way that people talk about it, like, remember, football ain't one-on-one. So when they be talking about quarterback versus quarterback, it's like, bro, you go out there against the defense. Matt Schaub is who y'all thinking of? Oh, with the Houston days, but Schaub was a master of throwing pick sixes. How do I feel about Sammy Coates? Oh, I thought you said Sammy Coates. You mean Sammy Dimes this season with the Hawks. Well, Sammy Dimes is a funny name. I don't know why I said Sammy Coates. I got the receiver on the mind. But Darnold is playing very good football. He's playing very good football. And because of how that defense is also holding up. Well, not necessarily the defense. I should say the run game. The defense has made some plays here and there down the stretch. But if it becomes a shootout, you know Darnold can gun with them. But you need the defense to make opportune plays. It's just the availability of the secondary that concerns me. The defense is very bend, don't break. They've had moments in which they have broke as well. I'm just concerned about the availability of the secondary. He should have remained in Minnesota. Minnesota should have offered him and thrown money at him, and they didn't. And this is the Darnold that I actually said I wanted in Pittsburgh. Because if y'all remember 2021, when I said I would take Deshaun Watson, I said I would take Watson, Ryan, Darnold, Mayfield, because the conversations about Baker possibly leaving Cleveland was coming up. So I said Watson, Ryan, Darnold, Mayfield, Wentz. That was a 5. I said those 5 quarterbacks, I'd be willing to take them. But as long as offensively, we're actually trying to throw the football and not doing this dink and dunk business like we did in Big Ben's final year, but we still doing it. Do I agree that the Giants should have taken Mendoza and trade Jackson Dart? Nah. I actually like Dart. What, Sammy Coates is a high school coach of a team that has 101 straight. They won 101 straight games. It's crazy. All right. What? Oh, Jesus Christ. Brock Purdy just got blasted. The football landed in the arms of what's that? That's a tight end? It looked like it was a trick play. That's insane. Boy, what? Brock Purdy got fucking rammed. The ball went right into the arms of the tight end. It looked like it was a design play. That was wild. Oh, they lost. Oh shit. I said win. They lost it. Jesus. Never mind. Oh, they lost 101 straight games. Good God. Who's getting cut in their prime? Brock Purdy down the field. He's gonna air it out. Incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald, Calvin Johnson, Andre Johnson, or Julio Jones. Of that group, Who's getting cut? Sounds crazy, but I'd end up having to say Andre. And that's terrible. But I'd ultimately have to go Andre because you got two absolute freaks of nature in Calvin and Julio. And then between Larry and Andre, you have better blocking from Larry. Andre, I believe, is more explosive, but you have more consistency with Larry. All of them are Hall of Famers regardless, though. But you can't go wrong with either one. First down, over to George Kittle, but there's laundry on the field. William keeping the tradition going, giving out even more gifts. Giving out even more gifts. Donations. Andre over Larry. Yeah, I'd go Andre over Larry just solely because I think, well, Larry. Oh, shit. This is the end of the match right here. Nope. Brunson Reed done pulled him out. But Larry, I think, because of the consistency over years, Larry and Andre didn't necessarily have a drop-off until, I think, his last couple of years before he ended up in Tennessee, where careers go to die. But Larry changed up, went into the slot, and developed a new, role, if you will, and played well there. Who do I think was more dangerous, Sean Taylor or a healthy Bob Sanders? Well, you know what? They both were absolutely dangerous. If I had to pick between the two, I think Sean was a harder hitter. Sean was a better overall player. Bob Sanders is nothing to play with, though. That was a grown man right there. Bob Sanders is a grown man, but I'd probably take Sean Taylor. But Bob Sanders is a grown man. Well, he earned that Defensive Player of the Year. That brother was a problem. If I got time, would I individually rank the NFL draft classes? That's a tough one. Oh, Austin Theory just went for a stomp again. That's it. Match done. So Theory is doing the stomp as his finisher now? Oh, CM Punk went in there to go and attack him. Wide open, first down. There's more on the reception. That's a first down. Yeah, Bob Sanders coming back from injury played a large role in that playoff push for the Colts because they needed him. Because if you guys remember, I believe he was out for the most part of that season. For the bulk share of that season, and then he came back maybe about like week 15 going into the postseason. No, it might have been before that. Maybe like week 12, week 13. Should the Steelers trade for Shador? It's that I don't see it happening. Damn, there's a spear on Punk. He's down. They should have drafted Shador. And I think Cleveland might mess around and make a move, but I don't think they do it in division.
Fabia IR85 is now following.
He's doing it to impress the vision. Indeed, that's the end of Monday Night Raw. You would to hear me do an explained commentary on a video would be dope. What you mean explained? Oh, wide over the middle. Yo, nobody is playing defense today, bro. Outside of that last drive, literally, somebody in the chat room said earlier, hey, defense is optional tonight. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Defense is not on the marquee at all, bro. Nobody is guarding anybody. This is terrible. Jordan 1s or Jordan 3s? I'd probably say 1s, but I'm not a sneaker guy. Defense, never heard of her? Neither have I. 02 Bucks defense or the 2000s Ravens defense? 2000 Ravens defense is the second greatest defense of all time. That Bucks defense was putting points on the board, though. What was it, 9 pick sixes? Or was it a matter of 9 defensive touchdowns? Whatever the case was, they were balling, bro. 4 Hall of Famers on that defense. You got actually 5. Because you got Warren Sapp, Rondé Barber, John Lynch, Derek Brooks. Those 4 on the Hall of Fame. And then Simeon Rice, when he finally gets his jacket, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame as well. And he should have his jacket because Simeon Rice was a fucking game changer. What's my favorite shoe that I've owned? White Uptowns? Black Uptowns, perhaps. Actually, it's probably my black ones because I got a Homegirl Adonis had gotten me these black Uptowns, or black Air Forces, if you will, that had Pokemon designs on them for my birthday. I still have them. They're in pristine shape. And I wear them from time to time. Nice shoes. So black Air Forces. Classic, man. The top 5 ball, current ball hawking safeties. Current ball hawking safeties. Jesse Bates, Buda Baker, McCaffrey, nowhere to go. He stopped. Folks ain't ball hawking the way they used to be quite honest with you. Like Harrison Smith has a gang of interceptions, but is he a ball hawk now like he was before? Kevin Byard he's still around. He's still cooking. Kevin Byard's still getting a bunch of getting some turnovers. So Kevin Byard's probably on that list as well. Buda Baker's somewhat slowed down to a degree. Derwin James isn't necessarily the ball hawking style. He's more of like that Palomalu, Dawkins kind of type of safety. So I don't know. Folks who's consistently getting picks, like Geno Stone had a good year, but then ball hawk. Yeah, you know what? Kirby Joseph is a guy. Kirby Joseph is a guy that you could put in that convo. Kirby Joseph is a guy you could put in that convo. The Open for 5 said, do we think that we should sign Danny Dimes to a longer contract or go another free agent option? He was killing it before said injury. See, that's the concern. Will he come back from injury the same way? Because remember, Kirk Cousins tore his fucking Achilles, and then he got paid all that bread from Atlanta. And I think Cousins has played average. He's only played really spectacular against the Buccaneers. But outside of that, he's been relatively average. And then you got to ask yourself, do you think that he'll perform coming off of that injury to the same level that he had? Because once he got hurt, Jonathan Taylor hasn't been the same, you know? But if you test free agency, who's going to be available? And given the record, you're probably not going to be in a situation where you could just draft somebody without having to trade up. You might want to consider paying him. Is Myles Garrett a first ballot Hall of Famer? Yes. Because when it comes to pass rushers, sometimes you can get hoed here and there, but when you look at the better pass rushers of this generation, he's in that conversation. Start, bench, cut, Woodson, Revis, Bailey, Sanders. Sanders is starting. Sanders is starting. Champ took the football away, and so did Charles. Like, Revis shut motherfuckers down, but then the difference between Revis and Woodson, Bailey, and Sanders, they all took the football away, you know? So you could shut down a side of the field. Those other dudes not only were shutting folks down, they also were taking the ball away. So I would start Dion. 3rd and 5, looking for Kittle. Oh, Kittle almost had it with one hand. He was looking for Kittle, but he almost had it with one hand. I would start Sanders. I would bench Woodson, trade Bailey, and fucking cut Revis. But you can't go wrong with either of them. The only difference is that just Revis shut motherfuckers down, but he wasn't taking the ball away at the same clip as the other people. Now, albeit they wasn't throwing at Revis, but they wasn't really testing the other folks like that too. They just had magnificent ball hawking skills, but you can't go wrong with either of them. They're all Hall of Famers. As a Pittsburgh fan, give you TJ in his prime. I'd take TJ over Miles as well in his prime, but I can't deny the last 2 years, Miles has outperformed Watt heavily. But in their first 17 to 2023, Watt was a better football player. JJ, if he never got hurt, you're probably looking at somebody who's got 160. He probably could have passed. Who's number 3 on the all-time sack list? Is it? Well, unofficially it's Deacon Jones, but I think it's Kevin Green, or it's either Kevin Green, Peppers or maybe Strahan. No, I don't think it's Strahan. It escapes me. It might be Peppers or Green. It might be Peppers or Kevin Green. Let me see. Most sacks. Alan Page is defensive tackle. He's in that upper room with the defensive tackles. Most sacks in history. Yeah, Kevin Green is 3. Kevin Green is 3. And then, wow, Peppers is a half sack behind Green. Huh, that's funny. So yeah, that's the top 4. And then Dolman is number 5. Yeah, Strahan's number 6. Okay. Von Miller still going. He's at 36.5. Oh, he can get Randall if he gets 2 more sacks. And he can pass Dent as well. So he can enter the top 10. Yeah, Von Miller can enter the top 10. That's nice. Cameron Jordan most likely played his last game at home as a Saint. He's got 130. He'll get the call from the Hall later. I'll never forget when he's like, yeah, I don't think Roethlisberger's that guy. And funny enough, they both going to be gold jacket guys when the time comes. Garrett is at 124 and still playing at the top of his game. And then Calais Campbell's about to get caught by TJ when TJ gets back. But now TJ is 9.5 behind Garrett. So TJ's going to need to wake the fuck up. He's a half sack in front of his brother. Yeah, you're going to need to wake the fuck up. Khalil Mack at 113. Danielle Hunter at 112. Danielle Hunter was a sack master as well. He's somebody who gets overlooked. He does not get the credit he deserves. And I'm glad he's starting to get a little recognition over in Houston. And then there's a gap. Cam Hayward got 92 on the career. Spectacular. And this most likely will be his last year as well. If he could get to 100, that'd be huge. Chris Jones at 84.5. Trey Hendrickson at 81. Brandon Graham at 79.5. You got some go-getters to go get some guys down. Matthew Judon is still available. Judon is still available. Oh, no, the Bills got him. Son of a bitch. The Bills got him. The game guy, for 5 said Peppers is better than Watt. In your opinion, he did things you never seen a DE pass rusher do. I think Peppers is better than Watt. Tom Brady 07 season or Drew Brees 2011 season. They were both absolutely cooking. They were both fucking diming folks up, but I would probably take Brees 2011. I'd probably take Brees because Brees 2011 was on another level. Like, if Aaron Rodgers didn't exist, he's the MVP. Like, Brees not having an MVP is actually wild. But when you take into account the years that he probably would have won the MVP, and you see the other player that happened to ball out that year, it's like, shit, man, that's tough. 10-point lead right now for the Niners. 1 minute left to go here in the half. Rivers is going to throw it up. Pass is batted into the air and incomplete, but I think there's laundry on the field. Do I think Kelsey got another year in him? Yeah, he got another year before Taylor gets pregnant, but playing football, nope. Take the L out of Lover. It's time to retire, brother. Like, it's a wrap. Kelsey's done. Would I take Vince Young or Dante Culpepper? I'd take Dante Culpepper. But I don't think Vince Young necessarily was coached the best. But there's that. How many does Cam Wake have in his career? Cam Wake might have he might have either low 100s or high 90s. Because Cameron Wake was getting after the quarterback. I think he probably, I'd say like low 90s. Let me see here. Cameron Wake
J. Prince 3330 is now following.
100 and a half flat. 100 and a half flat. First down, they're in field goal range, but they want more. Rivers throws a duck. He's able to go and find Josh Downs. That's a first down. And he gets out of bounds. That's a first down. Travis is lighting our fire. Yeah, it's outstanding for that, brother. Josh Downs able to get out of bounds. I ordered food while I was on the treadmill. I think it's downstairs. I'll pick it up. All right, that's a first down. I told you guys, Rivers is balling right now. Josh Downs has 5 catches now. I thought he had 5 on the last one. I guess not. There's a handoff. Jonathan Taylor. Oh, boy, he got fucking blasted. He went down. Use a timeout here. Use a timeout here. Bro, you got 3 timeouts. Use a timeout. You're already in field goal range. You can use a timeout. Why are you wasting time? Bro, you got 3 fucking timeouts, bro. What are you doing? Why are you wasting time for? You could have used a timeout. And now you get a false start. You guys are fucking stupid, bro. Why would you not use a timeout? You just wasted 11 seconds for what? Warren Moon or Steve McNair? Give me Warren Moon. If he never went to the CFL and he was and he played, the bulk share of his career in the NFL, he probably would have retired the all-time leading passer. Do I got a pimple coming in here? I got a pimple coming in here. Shit. Go to the barber tomorrow too. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I'd be mad too if I was Rivers. Oh, what the fuck? They had my reaction on Raw? What was that about? What is this? Something just previously played. What is this? Oh, it is Raw in October. Oh, I was about to say, like, how the fuck did I just see myself through my peripheral? I think it's from Crown Jewel. That was random as hell. I looked into my peripheral. I think Netflix was still playing, and I just saw myself. That's hilarious. All right, 2nd and 12. There's a dump off to Jonathan Taylor. Timeout, timeout. Oh, wow, Taylor was able to go and break through too. Timeout. Timeout. Yeah, then again, let me pause it right now. Pause it on myself. Yeah, it's when Brunson Reed hits the splash. There's Roman with his brothers or cousins, I should say. Yeah, it is myself. Nice. Nice. Turn the TV off. Now, I'd be so hilarious. Our folks is like, yo, y'all getting paid by WWE for half a second in a video package? Like, what are we doing? Rewatching Naruto? Nice stuff. Good show. I enjoyed it. All right, 25 seconds left to go here in the half, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Rivers better get rid of the football. It's like a jump pass, but it's low. Trying to see if he can find Warren. They're most likely going to have to just kick a field goal here. Don't go for it. That'd be retarded. Kick the field goal, take 3 points. Rodgers is frustrated with himself because he actually had Warren. That could have been his 3rd touchdown pass. Yeah, he did a jump pass. He shouldn't have did that. I think he expected the pressure to be right at his arm. If he steps into that, that's a touchdown. If he steps into that, that's a touchdown. 12:05 for life for 2 on says start bench scramble. Oh, start bench and cut scramble. Lamar, Vic Newton. Well, Lamar, it'd probably go Lamar, Vic Newton in that order. It'd go Lamar, Vic Newton in that order. In scrambling, Lamar, Vic Newton, because Lamar and Vic are faster than Newton. Now, albeit if it's like run through a motherfucker's face, it's 100% Newton. But in that order, that's the elusiveness. But Newton was a freak of nature. Yep, 24-17 first half. Both these dudes is balling. Now, keep in mind, the Niners have already clinched their playoff berth. But if I'm not mistaken, if they win out, they can win the NFC West. Because Seattle may be in first place, but if the Niners win here, that gets them to 11-4, and the Niners play Chicago and then Seattle at the end of the season, right? And for Seattle, who do they see? Seattle sees Carolina and then San Francisco. So, yeah, if San Francisco wins out, they can get it. And I believe the Niners, did they beat the Rams? They lost to the Rams. They beat the Rams first. They lost to the Rams second. Yeah, they need a loss from the Rams. I think they need one more loss from the Rams. The Rams are 3-2 in the division. The Niners are 4-1. So yeah, they would need one more loss from the Rams. Actually, no. If they end with the same record because of the divisional record, yeah, they'd end up beating out the Rams. Yeah, so never mind. Niners win out. The division is theirs. Niners win out. The division is theirs. Never mind. Yeah, they split. They're 4-1 in the division. If the Niners win out, the division is theirs. So they've got something to play for as well. Pack said the video, yeah, he said he called me his GOAT. Yeah, but son ain't tagged me. Yeah, he follows me, but son ain't tagged me. All right, what's Brock Purdy got? Oh, it's caught. Hey, and he got out of bounds. You got 3 seconds. You could try a field goal here. You could try a field goal here. What? How long would that be? That'd be about what? 64 yards? 65 yards? What's that? Yeah, 64-yard field goal. Let's see. Let's see if he got it. 64-yard field goal. Oh, it's up. It's up. It's through. Oh, he doinked it.
Oh my God.
Damn. He doinked it right off the crossbar.
Black
Damn.
Attack just
That's a super
resubscribed
doink
for
right
13
there.
Months. Lucky 13. Shamrock emoji. 4-leaf clover
Damn.
emoji.
Eddie Pinero put it up there and fucking just missed out. 41 points on Monday night, the most since that classic on 2018. Damn. Almost had it, and a super doink denies them. A super doink denies them points. Oh, man. That should be 1 point. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's out there looking like Cody Pocket. Why do you continue to inflict your Doinkosaurus ways onto the NFL, sir? Get your bum ass back into the locker room and again, forever, put your motherfucking head back down. You're trash. I would rather drink baby oil than have you as my kicker. That was crazy. Yeah, that doink was loud. That doink was loud. Yeah, somebody, I want to say take his leg now. That's his first kick that he missed. I wouldn't say take his leg now. Yeah, somehow his spirit keeps breaking out of the Death Note. But that's neither here nor there. Here's a dancing LeBron as I go get my food downstairs.
Just resubscribed for 3 months.
Enough of that. Enough of that. But we are back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Lee Onk. Hilarious. Back in the building. Went to go pick up my food. Now I have my rice and chicken. But first half was an offensive explosion. 12:05 for life, but 2 on said start bench cut 2-minute drill in their prime. Bren, Breeze, Rodgers. Okay, so it's really between Ben and Breeze. because they had more fourth quarter comebacks than Rodgers, but Rodgers put up so much points sometimes that you didn't even really need the comeback like that. But at the same time, Ben, of the three, was the only one who had their defense actually hold on, because I think Breeze, number one all time in go-ahead drives that still resulted in L's. I don't know if there is somebody who kept track in the history of the NFL, but Saints fans can attest to this, most likely. How many times do you see Breeze go down the field, lead the game-winning drive, only for the defense to fucking fold? Too many doggone times. It's like a General Tso's chicken. So that's happened a lot. He said he can't tag me because it's been over 7 days. Well, there it is. As long as people know, he could put in the caption, hey, Chiseled Adonis on YouTube, so people know where to find me. Jay Griff said, happy to be a white man running the sub button. Well, I appreciate that. Much love.
Congratulations.
Should Ashton Genty be in the offensive rookie of the year talk?
Oh my God.
Playing behind the worst offensive line. Now, it's because they've taken too many
Viewers,
L's. I
just
think they're going to overlook them.
resubscribed for 3 months.
I think they're going to overlook him. But if I had to choose between Ben, Breeze, Rodgers, I'd probably say in the 2-minute drill, 100% I would trust Ben with my life. I would trust Ben with my life. 100% I'm probably going to go Big Ben. And that's just my bias showing. But I would go, if it was just not being a Steelers fan, Breeze, Ben, Rodgers. But legitimately, you can't go wrong with either of them. You can't go wrong with either of them. Whoop man, Dex said, can I wish you love on your driver's test tomorrow? What do I need to wish you luck for? You gonna crush it. You done put in the time, you put in the effort, you put in the training. You're gonna crush it. You don't need luck. Just execution. Just remember to keep your eyes on them damn mirrors when you parking. Don't fuck up on the parking. And the left turns as well. You got it in the bag, brother.
Gotcha, bitch.
John Sans 83 is now following.
Holland said, am I going to the Rumble? No. But I am going to Monday Night Raw on the 5th. In Brooklyn. I will be there. No luck on my brother's phone, by the way. I still have 1,000 more seconds. It's gotten to the point where it's 4 hours in between trying passwords. Braden said, nice suit. You turn 20 tomorrow. Hey, happy early birthday. I won't be live tomorrow. I will be live for Christmas. I just don't know which game I'm going to do. So I'll see which one appears to be the most exciting game and then go live for that one and watch that one be a dud. And then turns out the one that doesn't look very sexy on paper ends up being the great one. I believe the Lions are playing on Christmas as well. So quick turnaround for them. They need to win. They cannot afford to lose. You lose, you're done. 20, get ready to call Unk by Generation Alpha. Well, for all intents and purposes, 20 is currently Generation Alpha, is it not? So wouldn't you all be in Generation Alpha? Because when does Gen Z end? Gen Z ends what? No, actually, no. Alpha is no, Gen Z is 97 to what, 2012? So the oldest person in Gen Alpha is what, 13, 14? So yeah, you're on the tail end of Gen Z. Am I ever going to get a Chiseled Adonis podcast? And probably not for a long time. 3 podcasts I did all failed. But you never should stop trying things. Just because things don't work out don't mean you should quit. Jeff Driscoll Bowl won't be a fun watch. Probably do the Lions Vikings. Yeah, I'm not accustomed to eating on stream, but I'm actually starving. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. What's next after Generation Alpha? Omega? Who knows? Maybe. Oldest Gen Z is 27? Okay. I need clout to end up on Rogan. You're going to Monday Night Raw next week in Orlando. Might try and get NXT tickets. If they happen to have them there, you never went, go. On Chiseled Adonis weight journey going? Terrible. He got to restart. He put all the weight back on. But after the passing of unknown Adonis, he and unknown Adonis made a pact to be in shape to go on a cruise next year. Unknown Adonis ain't here. Unchiseled's still here. I told him, hey, man, listen, you made your promise to him. He ain't here no more, so you let him down. Keep living life the way that you live, and you're going to mess around and go join him. Sounds incredibly harsh, but that's just the reality of the situation, so we'll see if he takes it seriously. I have, would I vlog that? Oh, going on the cruise? Probably. I mean, maybe I'll post more personal content. Because the benefit is I can curate, you know, what it is that I post. And I used to when I was younger, so why not, you know? But I think I've really gotten away from it. No, white rice and General Tso's chicken. With miscellaneous peppers in here. Greatest college football team of all time, the 2001 Miami Hurricanes. But what about the 19 LSU Tigers? The 2001 Miami Hurricanes. See, they already went to 2019 LSU. The 2001 Miami Hurricanes. How spicy is it? Not that spicy. Not that spicy. Gen X is in their 50s, millennials in their late 30s and 40s. Yeah, because X ended 81. So it's 65 to 81 is Gen X. So the youngest Gen Xer is 45 right now. 44, 45. 01 Miami Hurricanes had Greg Olsen? No. The 05 Miami Hurricanes had Greg Olsen. The 06 Miami Hurricanes had Greg Olsen. 01 Miami Hurricanes had Ed Reed. No, Jonathan Vilma. I think he came to the league. No. I think he was on that squad. Jonathan Vilma, Vince Wilfork, Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Sean Taylor, Andre Johnson. Reggie Wayne and Clinton Portis, I believe, had just left to go to the league. So they may not have been there. The Rock was on the 91 Hurricanes. He might have been there in 94 too. Jeremy Shockey. Was it McKinney, the old lineman? McKinney. Some dogs on that squad, man. Some dogs. One only weakness was Ken Dorsey, and he was a general. Indeed, he was. And his only weakness was Dorsey in name, because it's not a household name. Like if you look at Joe Burrow, Ken Dorsey, but he was dealing when he was in college. What year did Irvin play for the Canes? 84 to 87? Man, he was a dog. Najee Davenport. Yup, former Steeler as well. Yeah, I mentioned Vilma. They had some dogs. Philip Buchanan. Santana Moss left for the league, I think, in 2000. Yeah, they got hoed in 2002. They should have won back-to-back national championships. Ohio State should be ashamed of themselves that they walk around calling themselves the 02 champions. They got fucking hoed. Miami should have won that damn championship. That was some bullshit. That was some fucking bullshit. They got hoed. Low-key, I'd have beat up the damn referee. I kid you not. Especially if it was my last year and I know I'm not going to the league. I'm putting hands on you, bro. I'm putting hands on you, bro. Like when I was high school, I thought about that. About stuff like that heavily. I said, yo, when I reach senior year, there better not be a situation where when I lose, or if I lose. Well, at the time it was when I lose because we were not destined to win no games. So high school, I was like, yo, in my last game, if there's a situation where the game is fucking decided by the referees, I promise you, I'm crashing out. Reggie Wayne's on the squad. Yeah, I mentioned that. No. Reggie Wayne wasn't there. Sorry. Reggie Wayne left into he wasn't on the 01 team. No, wait. No, he wasn't on the 01 team. I don't think he was. Andre Johnson was there. I don't think Reggie Wayne left. Reggie Wayne might have left because he went into the 2001 draft. I don't think he was there. Edgerrin James. No, I don't think Edgerrin James was there either. I think Edgerrin just left in 2000. They left in 2000. James and Wayne might have left in 2000. I don't think Wayne was on that 2001 team. Yeah, Edge wasn't there. Yeah, I think Wayne already had went to the league. I think that was his rookie year in the league. Yeah, Reggie left in 2000. Yeah. Reggie left in 2000. Second half is underway. Blatt said you just got home. Wait, Raw is over? Was it ass? It was average, but it was an hour and a half. It was a pre-taped. They just dropped the entire 90 minutes, no commercials. So you could just go watch the entire show. It was all right. DB said, yo, your suits are fire, son. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Much love. This color really complements, I guess, my skin tone, so it works out well. Yeah, they quieted up Kyle Stadium heavily. Shout out to the damn Canes, man. Oh my God, Kittle right over the middle, able to go and find Purdy over the middle, able to go find Kittle. Yo, I'm really destroying my competition on Underdog right now, bro. This is 4 straight weeks with a W over on Underdog. Oh, I see he replied to my message. Okay. Let me see here. The McCaffrey going nowhere. Where was I? Yeah, let me look at Underdog. I am winning currently. Let me go refresh. The score 71-12. 71. Ah, son of a bitch. You can't see it. But 71-12. Yeah, he's not catching up, bro. He's not catching up, bro. I'm making money over on Underdog. If I haven't already scanned the QR code right here, download the Underdog app. Son of a bitch. Oh, there we go. Download the Underdog app. Use the promo code Adonis if you haven't already. What do I play? Yeah, I play the draft because the pick'em is now not legal here in New York City for some reason. They pick and choose when they want to do it. Perfectly fine all last year. Perfectly fine in the NBA playoffs. All of a sudden, the start of the NFL season, now you can't do the pick'ems in New York no more. Doesn't make any sense. Very confusing. But it's a New York gambling thing. So that how can you pick and choose for one app, but then you don't for the other? They're going to end up finding a way, most likely next year. Oh, Juwan Jennings on the catch and run. Takes it across the 25. But it's not on Underdog. It's ultimately on the state having to figure out what the hell they got going on. The Jags messing around might become the number 2 seed in the AFC. They could mess around and become the number 1 seed in the AFC. The path is still open for them. Jacksonville 100% can be number 1 seed in the AFC. They playing good football, man. They playing good football. All right, Purdy rolling left, able to find Kittle again. He's over 100 yards. He's over 100 yards. George McGriddle Kittle is balling. McGriddle Kittle is balling. Lil G said, you just realized Warren Sapp and The Rock were teammates. Yeah, they were teammates. In fact, The Rock tells a story about how Warren Sapp took his position, took his starting role But Sapp said Dwayne was never the starter. Should Vilma be in the Hall of Fame? No. He was a hell of a player, but he's in the Hall of Very Good. He's not a Hall of Famer. Legend said, do I remember watching the Miami FAMU game, the FAU game, where the state police had to get involved? Nah. I'm pulling a blank right now, but I probably would remember what it is that you're referencing. DHB said lighter colors always looks great on darker skinned people, unless it's the early 60s in Alabama. Then some people may have some opinions. Well, Mikey said that's crazy. In NC, you can do DFS as long as it's peer versus peer. Betting against the house isn't illegal on Underdog doing their champion mode, which is a PvP rather than their pick'em, which is versus the house. Yeah, there's certain things that you can do, and then there's others that you can't. I just prefer to draft because you're telling me I could just go one-on-one against somebody? Cool, no problem. I can make that work. You pick, I pick, you pick, I pick, you pick, I pick, and then we'll just roll with teams that way. It's easy. The pick'em is easily my favorite thing on the app, but if I can't do that, cool. I'll go the alternative route. You want to order some Raisin Canes? Canes is ass. You know what's ass? Bojangles. Bojangles is ass. 3rd and goal. Purdy got him. Jawan Jennings holds on. That's a touchdown again. That's a touchdown again. What a catch there by Jawan Jennings. This man got on the rib protector like he's a quarterback. Damn. Purdy is balling, bro. They dealing out here. Whoa, 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 whoa. CO, hold on now. Let's not say they done. Let's not say, oh, Colts is done just yet, because best believe they can go down the field and put some on the board. This is the opening drive of the second half. 31-17. The Colts could respond, score, finally get a stop, and then score again. Now you got a tie game. Thoughts on Dylan Cook so far? Listen, he on the Jets. There is no thoughts. Only prayers. He's in a bad situation. He's in a bad situation. Bojangles is always messing up orders. DHB said, no Bojangles slander will be tolerated, not round these bars. Listen, I was in Atlanta, had Bojangles. That shit was ass. Zaxby's, pretty good. Where else did I go? Atlanta. Also, was it South Carolina? Or was it North Carolina? I think it was South Carolina. Bojangles, terrible. Zaxby's, good. Zaxby's is good. Yeah, I had the loaded fries with Zaxby's. Those were pretty good. I've also never had a bad Waffle House as well anytime I go to the South. I've actually never had Church's. Crystal or White Castle, I've never heard of Crystal in my life. White Castle, I had a little bit of White Castle when I was younger. White Castle is that. Yeah, maybe just the Bojangles that I went to was ass, but it wasn't good. I didn't like it. Church's is banging. Okay. Five Guy. Oh, you mean Pentagon Gentleman? Best fast food fries I've ever had in my life came from Pentagon Gentleman. Those Cajun fries, I'll gain a couple pounds just off the Cajun fries. I don't need to order no burger, no hot dog. Just get me a small order of Cajun fries from Pentagon Gentleman. That's good stuff. Am I in Brooklyn or Manhattan? Brooklyn. I'm always Brooklyn. Dave's Hot Chicken is mid. I've never had Dave's Hot Chicken. It's a 14-point lead right now for the Niners. They are absolutely cooking. Greatest Miami Hurricanes quarterback of all time. Vinny Testaverde, maybe? Let me see. What would I say over Vinny? Yeah, it might just be Vinny, bro. I wouldn't say Dorsey won more. But I think. Oh, Bernie Kosar. I like that. Bernie Kosar. I like that. Bernie was a dog. Yeah, Jennings had a hell of a catch. Then he faked giving the football to the fan. That was a little funny. Don't swing on it, though. You're not DK, right? All right, there's a handoff. Jonathan Taylor's going nowhere, bro. Matter of fact, how much yardage does Jonathan Taylor have right now? Ever since, this dude looked like he was primed to win the MVP. No, pardon me, Offensive Player of the Year, potentially go over 2,000 yards. What has he done in the last month? Nothing. 8 carries, 24 yards. He exploded in Berlin for 244 yards and 3 TDs. Since then, he's scored only once. 16 carries, 58 yards. 21 carries, 85 yards. 21 carries, 74 yards. 25 carries, 86 yards. Averaging 3.5 yards per carry, bro. He's average. 3.6 yards per carry. Just terrible. He was cooking early in the season. Then Daniel Jones went down. And it was over. In fact, it was actually over before Daniel Jones went down. Last month, and what's crazy is 87, 74, 85. It's not terrible. But considering what we saw earlier in the season, oh no. It's not what we expected. Super Bowl winning quarterback Bernie Kosar, what, as a backup? We haven't forgotten about the drive. We haven't forgotten about the fumble. Neither of those was his fault. Ernest Byer just fucking holds on to the football. The Browns go to the Super Bowl for the first time in franchise history to get clapped. You miss Sabaros, honestly. They closed here. You still have a Quiznos, though? Yeah, I used to have a Sabaros in Kings Plaza here in Brooklyn. I haven't had Quiznos maybe since I first had it in D.C., maybe. That might have been the only time I ever had a Quiznos. Was it D.C.? I think it might have been D.C. If Jamar Chase gets 100K for spitting, DK's getting 250 plus for a public apology. Yeah. Probably. That's why I got the two game fine, and 100% it's got to be a 6-figure fine. Quiznos not near DC anymore? Well, shit. Because the only time I would have got it is DC trip high school. So, I think that's enough of this. Good stuff, but I'll eat the rest tomorrow. No need to overeat. Yeah, that's a reception. Blatt in the building. Remember the old Quiznos commercials? Yeah, good stuff. They open here late. When I was in Bermuda, there was a KFC. And what was funny about it is, I remember Mr. 758, my high school running back. It's funny how everybody has an alias. But he had told me stories about how every time he goes to the Caribbean, he would go to KFC no matter what country he's in, right? So, and he's St. Lucian. So he would always go and get KFC in St. Lucia because they prepare the chicken differently. So when I was in Bermuda, I said, you know what? I want to go and I want to get KFC, most likely on the last day because I was going to restaurants. I was getting food from different places, right? I finally go to KFC on the final day. Could you believe these motherfuckers ran out of chicken? I almost had a Boondocks moment. I'm like, what? They out of chicken? How? You KFC? What you mean you out of chicken? I was like, all right, you know what? It's all right. Get off the line and go home. Ironically, funny enough, I had to replace my passport because it's expiring in March. And I did the expediting shipping. Came in 6 days. Passport came in 6 days. So now it makes me wonder, if I didn't pay the additional $15 for expedited shipping, could I still had received it before the trip? So we'll see. Picked a location for Pro Bowl weekend. Well, pardon me, Pro Bowl week. When I'm not here, I picked a location. I spun the map. I'm going to Madrid. I'm a little bit concerned because I don't speak Spanish, but we're going to see what it's going to hit for. Would I ever do voice acting for animation? Yes, I would. You didn't pay for expediting shipping. You got it in 9 days. Well, shit, yeah, I probably would have got mine sooner. Well, I'm out $15. Edgar said, thank these sub shops, Quiznos, Subway, Porter Sub, Jimmy John's, and a local shop. Okay. A lot of countries have translated for tourists. Yeah, that's fair. I'm sure they'll probably have somebody who's there to help me out. All right, this match, this game, continues. Philip, take care. Yeah, go Niners. We'll see if they can close things out. It's a first down for the Colts. Down goes Jonathan Taylor Swift again. The run game is just not there, bro. They just need to keep slinging it with Philip, to be quite honest with you. Because the first drives of this game, when they were marching down the field, it was all through the air for Philip Rivers. He's got 189 yards, 2 TDs, 15 of 22. Just keep airing it out with Philip Rivers. Just sling it with Philip Rivers, bro. We don't need to see Jonathan Taylor get no handoffs until you got a situation in which you back in this game. You down by 14, now's not the time to test out the run. The son bitch ain't working. Sling that doggone football.
14 is now following.
Sling that doggone football. The only Uric said you just wanted to yell, Mendoza! Yes, indeed. Oh, Lord. Philip Rivers over the middle. Ooh. Almost had a first down just behind Warren. It's incomplete. Actually, now is a good time to go and search for the South Park Mendoza. I said South Park. Let me actually go to Get the Simpsons. I'm already on the clip. I'm already on the video clip joint. All right, here we go. Oh, there's Mendoza. Oh, they got the 46. All right, there it is. Damn, pass incomplete. Here we go.
Mendoza!
There you go. GFF, SGF freeze. Patuan said got new AirPods. Use them to translate. Okay. I actually have the Meta glasses too. I might consider getting the brand new ones that came out, the version 2, but they're not that different from the version 1. And I'm not one of those guys who's hype beast who got to keep buying new fucking versions just because the versions drop. I don't need to do all that. But they got like double time. You could shoot, I believe, in 4K now. So it's not too bad, but I don't think I need all that. Field goal through the uprights, and it's good.
Mendoza!
Was it? Put 2 on it. Said Mendoza to the Steelers next draft. Just kidding. Hey, we shall see. We shall see. Oh, that reminds me. I'm a little excited about this. Disappointed that I couldn't get the entirety of it, but we've got a new addition to the streams, and I can't wait for when I'm going to incorporate it into the videos. Ladies and gentlemen, helmet Adonis. We got a helmet, baby. Came in the mail. I'm ecstatic about it. And I'm happy I got the right size. Got the black shell there on the helmet, shit clean. I can't tell you how many times I'm fixing to be wearing this son, bitch. I can't tell you how many times I'm fixing to be wearing this son, but you know what's crazy? Last time I played football, bro, they didn't even have the chin straps like this. They had the actual physical chin straps, so I'm fucking with it. I'm gonna get a Chiseled Adonis sticker. Have a Chiseled Adonis sticker on both sides. I'm most likely gonna see if I could get the stripe, because I think the stripes are always cool. But I got the helmet. I had it. No, I'm not getting no Guardian cap. What do you think? I'm Romeo Dobbs. But I had a custom visor that I went to go get ordered. The company, their machine broke, and the manufacturer is on holiday break. So I'm not gonna most likely have that until probably midway through the playoffs, if possible. But yeah, I got the I have the custom Chiseled Adonis visor. Primarily just for the stream, just for the stream. But yeah, Helmet Adonis is in the building. Helmet Adonis is in the building. CTE versus the Bronx. I might mess around and do some Deadpool action, if you will, and I'll take one helmet and leave it in the car. But there it is, a Revo Speed over it. This might be the best helmet I ever put on in my life. What size? It's a large. It's actually a large. Because I was debating between medium and large. When I played, I wore a medium. So it's a Riddell helmet. But when I played, I wore a medium. But I couldn't figure out what was the size of the helmet when I put on the Underdog helmet when I was in Kansas City. So I said, you know what? I'll just go with a large, and if it's too doggone big, I could just go and return it. Turns out this one works. So yeah, I got to get the visor and then put the visor on. Literally, I'll just do this just for videos, and then for my reactions to the Pittsburgh Steelers, if there's situations that require me to put on the helmet, I'm fixing to put the helmet on. So yeah, we got some stuff. We got some stuff. The huge ass cap that I wore before. Oh, that is in my garage, but I still have it. So yeah, we're Helmet Adonis over here. I actually don't mind stream like this. This is actually pretty cool. With the chin strap. Yeah. But yeah, I had a, oh wow, you had the numeric size helmet. Damn, Derek. Yeah, it was just large, medium, small. The people who wore small helmets, I said, y'all got some little heads. I don't think I'm gonna go and get a Guardian cap. That's crazy. I actually don't know if they're on sale. Actually, they would be on sale. That would make no sense if they didn't. How about be a ref for the World Cup streams? Maybe. I still do have my ref stuff. Put the helmet on for the playoffs. Oh yeah, I could do that. I'll just have to see if I could get my sticker, customized sticker in time. Put on the side here. That'll be pretty cool. But yeah, I like it. Cool helmet. I always wanted a black helmet. I never had a black helmet. I had blue when I was in college and then maroon when I was in high school. But black helmets, I always thought black helmets were cool. All right. Christian McCaffrey just got fucking flipped. God damn. Ready to return to Alfred is crazy. I still got 2 years of eligibility. I always said if I got fuck you money, bro, like I kid you not, the way that they got all these elderly folks who's playing football, I kid you not. If my plan to take care of crib inside 10 years works out, my whole goal is if I can knock it out in 4, because my goal was always have the option to retire by 35. I promise you, if I mess around and I get there, I fall into a good deal, I have a great year on social media, I mess around and, make enough to go and clear the fucking mortgage, I can pay 15, 20 grand to go to a fucking team and put in a season in my 30s. I'll do it. Just play one. I don't know about that 37U, but I'll go to a fucking school just to, hey man, get me on the team, play a damn game. Now if I go and I try it, I get cut up this motherfucker, I'm be sick. But I keep myself in shape. Greg put 5 on and said, why are you fucking with the helmet heavy? Yo, it's pretty cool. I like it. I didn't even like. Obviously, you would assume Brock Purdy down the field. Oh my God, what a catch by Jennings! Another first down. You would assume, you're no longer playing or anything like that. What's the purpose of having a helmet? But why not? Why not? People buy team memorabilia, but why not get your own and make it custom? So when I made the order, I'm like, yo, that's not too bad. Albeit, maybe I could have got one, for free from shout out to Underdog. If you guys haven't already scanned the QR code, use the promo code Adonis. They probably, they did say they were going to send me one. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I made my order right before I asked them. But whatever the case may be, it's pretty cool. I'm like, oh man, got a helmet. Gonna keep it on display. I'm going to probably change up the setup for back there. Figure out where I can put the helmet in the background. But yeah, man, cool stuff. Steelers practice squad is crazy. I don't think that's gonna happen. I was not good enough, let alone play D1. Make it to the practice squad. That'd be wild. Best CB duo out of the group in their primes. PS2 and Sauce, Sherman and Pat Peterson, Revis and Namdi, Champ and Tyler. Champ and Tyler. It's not even a question. I see why you voted that because that was the best. Thoughts on the Seahawks? I like them. I'm just a little bit concerned about the durability of their defense. Primarily that secondary. Replacing chair Adonis for helmet Adonis? Hilarious. Fam, the Colts defense is going to have to start playing fucking football, bro. I don't think they forced a punt yet. They got to force a field goal. Whoa, they doing too much. They would have messed around and got a flag. But this is a pimple that's done. Oh, Dylan Cook, I thought you meant was it Brian Cook in New York for the Jets? Cook, who's the left tackle. Oh, he has played magnificent the last 2 weeks. I don't think he's given up a sack. And you played against good pass rushers at that. He's playing very good football. Yeah, I was in a Genjutsu, my bad. Majority of YouTube picked Revis and Namdi for whatever reason. You get why, but they don't know or remember how elite Law and Bailey were in their primes. Yeah, the thing is that you got to remember eras of the fandom because the primary use of social media when answering these polls are the younger generation who didn't really see the people in the 2000s like that. They didn't really see the people in the 2000s right now, which is crazy to think. That you got folks who played and like if you retired 2007, they don't know who you are. Like if you talk about linebackers, they'll bring up Luke Kuechly, they'll bring up Bobby Wagner. If you were to say Zach Thomas, if you were to say Junior Seau, if you were to say Derek Brooks, if you were to say Brian Urlacher, they don't know them folks. They only know the super popularized people. So they'll say, oh, well, Ray Lewis. You say London Fletcher. Oh, who was that? Oh, so they don't know them folks. 38-yard field goal, you need a miss. He's not going to. 14-point game again. Yeah, they got to figure out if McGriddle Kittle is okay because he's down again. That's not good. Rivers getting ready to go back to work. Darren Patuan said, sorry for your loss, my brother. Stay strong. Thank you very much, family. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, fam. I hope all is well with you, bro. Not just because the Falcons, unfortunately out the playoff race, but just in life, man. Neptune X said, you were born in 2003. You don't know who I just mentioned. Well, time to start looking into the history of the game that you enjoy watching. Because you got to know those who came before. KC Sports Nerd said, what's crazy to you as someone in college came second semester, so you got into college basketball and lacrosse since you're at Syracuse. Kind of forgot the Super Bowl during its bye week. Thoughts? Oh, okay. I mean, you just focus on other stuff. Fuego said, you born in 2003, but most of those people because of Madden. Madden can help folks out because you'll learn like all Madden teams or the franchise, different sort of years. Because when I was playing Madden 05, 06, 07, they would just have like the jersey number, but they didn't have the names of the players. But they would have the jersey number. So if I was playing with the Steelers, the all Steelers, team, the backfield, it's 32 that's back there. So that's Franco Harris. At quarterback, because this was in entering Big Ben's second year, it's Terry Bradshaw. So you see the 12. At wide receiver, although Hines Ward was all world, this was the middle of his career. So who were the other two wide receivers? You had Lynn Swan and John Stallworth, but they don't have the names there. They just have the numbers, right? But I was inquisitive as a kid. So I'm like, oh, I wonder who these guys are. And I started looking into it like, oh, shit, yo, this is all right. And then as I've told the story before, once I got cable, all I would watch is NFL Network. So I would watch all of these games. It's not even just, oh, I'm watching top 10. I'm watching all these different compilations. I'm watching games. I'm watching games from the 70s. I'm watching games from the 60s. I've watched the greatest game ever played, the 1958 NFL championship between the Colts and the Giants. I've watched that. So I said Giants. Yeah, it was the Giants, right? 58 championship. Colts, Raymond Berry over the middle, Unitas, field goal. I think it was the Giants. Yeah, it was the Giants. The greatest game. I watched that maybe 3 times. Classic. Timeless. So you got the Madden will give you a little bit of insight on, oh, who is this? Who is that? Damn, this person's overall is what? That's crazy. What the fuck was they doing? Go back and watch their games and all right. Like that's why I'll always give Brett Favre his credit, because Brett Favre was the last of that like gunslinger where interceptions didn't matter. Oh my God, Jonathan Taylor still got nowhere to go. The run game is not working, bro. Let Phil sling the pill, bro. Let Phil sling the pill. Stop trying to run this doggone football. Just mod up old Madden ES20 2K25 2K25 2K5. Yeah, I still have the disc, but I don't think it works. Darren Pavavon said, when are we going to talk about Kyle Cost, ATL, the Super Bowl Shanahan for Coach of the Year? Because we all thought that they were cooked in October. At least you thought they did. Yeah, me too. Because remember, they had week after week where it was win-loss for like 6 straight weeks. And then all of a sudden now it's all they do is win. All they do to win. Phil slang the pill is crazy. Hey, listen, I'm actually rolling with it. Phil slang the pill. Phil sling the pill. Phil sling the pill. Phil sling the pill. Damn, what a favorable record, or I should say, favorable schedule remaining for the Rams. Twinkie Pavive on it said, Twinkie 49ers at that. Said, I basically described your childhood, NFL Network all day. Yeah, when NFL Network was NFL Network, bro, you could sit there all day. And if you truly love football, and I was a kid, pretty much I'm playing high school, and then I come home after practice, after everything. I would do my homework in school. So by the time I get home, there's nothing else for me to do. And that's when I really developed like working out during games, because this is what I used to do, right? I don't do it now, but this is what I used to do. I'd do 10 push-ups in between each play, right? At least 5 to 10 push-ups, but it was primarily 10 in between every single play. By the time the game done, bro, I'm yoked. I'm ready to go. And you don't really get that tired, because remember, the timeouts or the commercials that come, you get time to go and recover. Like if you could bang out 10 like that, it's not too difficult for you, bro, you good. Now, if it's a little bit difficult to go and bang some stuff, then do like 3, do 5. Maybe you do 2. If it's hard for you to get 1, just do 1. Games go for what? Maybe about 80 to 100 plays plus. You knock that out in the time frame of game, yo, you got a little workout going. You got a little pump going. So I'd be watching a lot, and I love to work out, so I'd be watching a lot of these classic games. And it's like, oh shit, all right, I'm watching the game, I'll get my workout in. Like instead of, at the time, I'd go to the gym here and there, but if I wanted to get some additional work in, it'd be like, all right, I'm at the crib, I already went to the gym in the morning, turned on some, well, I should say I came back from school, I worked out at school, just made it to the crib. I'm a kid, fuck it. I'll fire up some NFL Network. I'll get some push-ups in. Oh, that is tough for George McGriddle Kittle. He had a hell of a day too. It was a season high on the year. Yeah, Kittle trying to see if he can move without having to endure crazy pain. And there's another 49er down. You love the era of NFL Network when Deion Sanders was there? Yeah, it was great. It was great. Like truly. And I watched some of the highlights. I didn't get a chance to actually watch the full broadcast from 03 when they started to 2007, but I can attest 2008 to 2000. Shannon joined Prime in what, 2018? 2008 to 2018, 2019, I'd have to quote, what is it, Vince McMahon? Special. It was special. Like, legitimately, I would look so forward to, wow,
Gotcha, bitch.
Pittman fell
BBG
down. You might as well have let that shit be
J00 is
incomplete.
now following.
You just lost yards for no damn reason. They better hope replay assist comes in and says that was an incomplete pass. But when I was in college, I would be watching the games and I could not wait. I used to watch game day, NFL game day final religiously. Like, if I missed it, I'd wake up in the morning because there was a YouTube channel that would always upload it. I'd watch it before it gets taken down. Like, it was so good. Rich Eisen is phenomenal at his job. Phenomenal at his job. He's incredibly captivating. He's humorous. He's knowledgeable. He's so good. The game day morning crew, when it was him, Mooch, Kurt Warner after Warner had retired, Warren Sapp and Marshall Falk, perfect. Perfect. Heath Evans was even all right as well. Them dudes was great. Oh, yeah, Playbook was great. Playbook was amazing. Sterling, that was one of the things that really emboldened my respect for Sterling Sharp as well, because I had a chance to listen to him talk on NFL Network. And it wasn't just Sterling. It was Sterling and Brian Billick, I believe it was. They had the program on there. Yeah, the Colts were playing. Now they're on a crazy losing streak, and Jonathan Taylor still can't get anywhere, bro. They're fucking assaulting him. He can't do a goddamn thing. That's the end of the quarter. Jonathan Taylor can't do nothing today, bro. Every time they pot, they fill. They're cooking him. They're cooking him. Yeah, you learn a lot there. Like, it really helped me be able to go run routes, because my dumb ass, and I've given credit to this. I've given credit to Anquan Bolden for being one of the individuals that actually taught me, like, bro, you don't got to fucking run full speed on every single route. Like, I used to always speed kills, speed is everything, and I wasn't fast like that. Now I got a little quick when I was running track. I was able to increase, my speed. The fastest 40 I ever ran was 4.51. Only did that son of a bitch once. Only did that son of a bitch once. But for me, watching those guys, I said, oh, okay, you're moving at this speed. You're identifying the coverage. Why would I run this full speed? If I run this at 3/4, I'll be able to be, rather than having to get to the soft spot in the coverage and sit, I could actually just off the cut be able to get there. Quarterback catch me in stride, I could go make a play. So I was able to learn all that shit from there. 9 said, remember a football life? Yeah, Football Life, America's Game. I used to watch. I seen every single America's Game up until Super Bowl. I want to say Super Bowl 52, because I cannot remember. 53 up until now. I don't think I've watched any of them. But it's not the same anymore. Suarez says, too bad that Rich focuses on this show now, since it's only Chris, Rose, and MJD. Love Walter Payton's a football like, yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. America's Game was always very cool. You know what they should have done is really double down on the show Missing Rings. The America's Game Missing Rings, because if I remember correctly, they had only done 5. It was the 69 Vikings, the 69 Vikings, 98 Vikings, 68 Vikings, 98 Vikings, it was 5 teams. 69 Vikings, 98 Vikings, the 88 Bengals, 88 Bengals. I think they did one for the Bills. They might have done one for the Bills. They might have done one for the Bills. Oh my God. Oh, Phillip just got hit right in the knee. Oh my Lord. Warren picks up the first down, but is Phillip okay? They might have thrown a flag for roughing the passer too. Phillip got hit right in the fucking knee. Is he all right? I gotta make sure son is okay. Yeah, he got hit in the knee. Oh, yeah, Phillips all right. All right, let's get it going. Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at the final period of this game, where the Colts are fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive at home, hosting the Niners, who still can win the NFC West if they win out the remainder of the year. Old Man Rivers is absolutely cooking all night, trying his best to lead the Colts to victory and get his first W since 2020. Can the Colts take their receipt to the sperm bank, get their comeback, and keep their playoff hopes alive? Or will the San Francisco 49ers take the dead Namekian to the funeral home and put the nail in the coffin? Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to the fourth quarter. It is the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The Colts done took down their pants, revealed their Mo Alley cocks. And Rivers is 6 of 6, 46 yards on this drive. Second and goal from the 1 yard line. It's a long one. Handoff, Jonathan Taylor Swift. He's got a couple blockers. Breaks the plane. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. The Colts cut their deficit. Phillip Rivers absolutely dealing on that drive, and they're an extra point away from making this a 7-point game. Jonathan Taylor able to find the end zone. Matt said top 3 Super Bowl losers. Obviously the 07 Patriots are number 1. And number 1. Then probably 13 Broncos, and I'll say do I want to go 78 Cowboys just yet? Shit, you also have the 84 Dolphins. I think I would say, oh shit, the 68 Colts. Top 3 best losing Super Bowl teams. 16 Falcons, 15 Panthers. Nathan Batuan said thoughts on the Chiefs moving to Kansas in 2031. Going from Kansas City to Kansas. Going to Kansas, from Kansas City to Kansas. It's gonna be tough for the fans' pockets, but we'll see how they bounce back. But as long as the fan base, the core fan base, is still there, they should be all right. Nathan put 2 on it, said it's time for number
27.
27.
27.
27.
27 27
27.
Benset. The fact that Rivers never made an All-Pro tells you how elite the QBs in it are played in his prime. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people don't like, bro. Every single year, Brady's considered the greatest of all time, right? How many All-Pros does Brady have? How many first-team All-Pros does Brady have? 3? 4? He played 23 years. He's considered the greatest of all time. Peyton, 7 times first-team All-Pro. Breeze, I think Breeze only got 1 in 06. Breeze might only have 1. And what's crazy was Breeze would have probably been the MVP. LT had an all-world record-breaking season. Like, it's insane. I see the tweets pop up from time to time on Twitter where people is fucking, engagement farming and shit. But when they say, yo, we used to watch gods play on Sundays at quarterback, bro, like legitimately. These dudes were cooking every single week. We watched the greatest era of quarterbacks. We truly watched the greatest era of quarterbacks because them dudes was fucking slinging week after week. No disrespect to the quarterbacks of the 80s. No disrespect to the quarterbacks of the 90s. But in the 2000s to the 2010s, man, listen. We were watching something special. We were watching something special. Are the 16 Raiders the biggest what-if team in modern history? No. Because I think if you don't have the injury to Carr, they 100% could have been something incredibly serious because although I don't believe they had the path to the 1 seed, I think they would have definitely possibly been the number 2 seed perhaps. Because I think they played Denver late that season. Because Carr got hurt in week 16. And he would have been the MVP. I think Carr would have been the MVP. He got hurt because 2016, no, Ryan won the MVP, right? Carr might have won the MVP that year because Carr was fucking balling. He got hurt week 17, week 16. Yeah, he got hurt week 16, right? And they lost against Denver. He got hurt against Denver. No. Which game was it that he got hurt? San Diego. Carr, Indianapolis. He got hurt against Indy, right? They played Denver later that year. And they lost to him. If they beat Denver, they are, they were right, but they tied with the Chiefs. They tied with the Chiefs that year. Carr's healthy. They probably beat Denver because I think that year they had already beat Denver. Yeah, they had beat Denver earlier in the year. Now, albeit there's no guarantees, but they 100% if Carr's healthy, they beat Houston. They probably don't even mess around and play Houston. They would have had a first round bye. Oh, McCaffrey gets a first down and more. McCaffrey's still on the move. He's out of bounds at the 25. Jesus Christ, yo, they're balling. They're fucking balling right now. They're balling right now. The Colts defense is literally keeping them out of the playoffs. Was Danny on track for comeback player of the year? 100% he was. And it's saddening that he is he's hurt. If Kaepernick was still in the game, he would have done well. 2016 wasn't a terrible year, but the it's just very unfortunate. But I think he 100% kind of fucked himself because what he should have did was go to the fucking CFL. Absolutely, dog. I know you don't want to be there, but you can't sit over here and allow your girlfriend to talk about, the NFL is a plantation. The NFL owners are no different than slave owners. So why your dumb ass fighting so hard to get back on the plantation? Why the fuck you ain't checking your doggone girl from running her doggone mouth? You got to be smart. Why are you letting people speak and build a narrative? Got Eric Reed out here fighting Malcolm Jenkins, calling him and Anquan Bolden, you know, coons and shit. Like you just letting shit rock. Like he fucked himself. I was with him until they got shit out of hand. And you got the pig socks, you got all that stuff going on. Like, bro, what was this really about? You kind of it went from the core of it all was primarily supposed to be about brutality, and immediately it ended up you let motherfuckers take the narrative and run with it, and you let it go unchecked. And then you took the you took the deal. He took the plea deal, or not really the plea deal, but he took the payout from the NFL. It was a wrap at that point. It was a wrap at that point. What are you really standing for? You went, you got your bread. That was it. Undisclosed amount. We don't need to know. I don't want to know what the official number was. But the moment that you took it, it's like, I bet, yo, it's over. It's over. Nathan Batum said after tonight, 16 weeks down, 2 more to go. Indeed, yup. Is a Pro Bowl selection overrated? Believe it or not, in today's NFL, yes, because it should just be the initial teams. If you don't get voted to the initial team, fuck the replacements. Because the fact that Tyler Huntley has a Pro Bowl selection is sacrilegious. Tyler Huntley went to the Pro Bowl that year. Josh Allen didn't, simply because Tyler Huntley answered the phone call. Like, what are we doing? Homie played 5 games. That's enough to get you to the fucking Pro Bowl where you're 2-3? Come on, man. What are we doing? He got that shit up on his wall, most likely. Hey, kids, I was in the Pro Bowl. Word? You must have had a crazy season. Nope. Yeah, Mac Jones, Mitch Trubisky both went to the Pro Bowl and shit. Like, come on, man. Now, albeit, Mitch had a decent season. Enough to be a Pro Bowl worthy? No, but he was an alternate. So, confused. Yeah, I would not be surprised if they had a situation where Rivers ends up in the Pro Bowl, but the Pro Bowl's not the Pro Bowl anymore. 3rd and 9 from the 20-yard line for the 49ers, where their offense has been cooking all day. They have not been stopped, and they're still not going to get stopped. Jawan Jennings over the middle, another first down. Another first down. Yeah, second year Mitch, not first, because Mitch came into the league in 2017. Because they tried to justify the Bears passing on Mahomes. Nathan Batum said, by the way, what a crazy ending in Detroit last night. Yeah. But the right call was actually made. I will say this much. The officials have to be more consistent. And I said that in the commentary, and I'll continue to echo that same sentiment. Because you can't pass on a call. Like, for example, Sunday Night Football, toss over to Christian McCaffrey. He's going to bounce it outside and go nowhere. But we watched Sunday Night Football, right? I wasn't live for it. But Marshawn Lattimore essentially stepped and went into the pants of Kayshon Boutte. Referee standing right there. He don't throw the flag. How? It's not a situation where you can't see it. Bro, you can see it clear as day. You're standing right there watching it happen. You threw no flags for pass interference. But we've seen pass interference calls for less. There's no consistency. It's a problem. But it was the right call at the end for OPI. That was a correct call. As for Tesla and the flag there, bro, we just saw an offensive pass interference that they called on Darnell Washington previously as well. I don't want to say tit for tat and all this other stuff to try to make sense of shit. But, bro, like, flags was thrown. Now, albeit it's the first time that you've seen, 2 OPIs called on one drive at the end of the game, but St. Brown 100% violated. So there's that. That might be a TD. I think that's a touchdown. Ooh, I want him to call it a touchdown so I could run the lick of tongue highlight. I think they should challenge it. Oh, they should have challenged it. They're going to go for it. Purdy's going to go to the end zone anyway, and they got McCaffrey. He got McCaffrey instead. Tongues definitely scored a touchdown. They should have thrown the challenge flag. It's a fucking 40 burger in Indianapolis. Oh, Lord. Tonjes, that's how they pronounce it? Whatever the case may be. 5 touchdown passes for Purdy. Yeah, he locked up my bunny. Yeah, he's playing all world right now. Absolutely cooking. Absolutely cooking. Thoughts on the Strange touchdown yesterday? Everybody saying he pushed off. Strange touchdown for Jacksonville? Bears DBs better lock in. We'll see. It's in my head now. Sorry. Whenever pimples begin, I always wait till I could just go and fucking pop them. I saw a video talking about like the triangle of death, like right here. If you pop pimples in this area, I don't know the legitimacy of that, but I've been doing that for years. Bronco fans saying he pushed off on Twitter. Well, they would have lost regardless, so what's the big deal? I'm you. Quoting scripture. Okay. I said, Adonis, Yeshua. What? Yahusha. That you shall be saved in your house. In Acts 16:31. I appreciate the scripture being dropped there in the chat. Nathan put 2 on and said Green Bay hasn't learned since the 2014 onside kick. Yeah, you know it's funny. I was gonna mention it in the commentary, and I said, you know what? I'll let it go. Fucking Brent Bostic can't catch a goddamn onside kick. Indianapolis Colts defense is booty cheeks. That's a fact. They are terrible. Red said Mary Smash on Alive is all right. Awesome Kong, Jazz, Piper, and Evan. Oof. That is tough. 2 heavies and 1 muscular. I'd probably go. Well, Awesome Kong gotta go. That's all I know. Yeah, I'll probably marry Jazz and Pipe Niven. First San Fran try should have been a touchdown. 100%. They should have thrown the flag and challenged it, but they scored regardless, so it don't even matter. Let me go check on my blowout over on Underdog because I know I got to be up by crazy points now. I was originally up 71 to 30. Oh my God, I'm up 105 to 46. I'm up 105 to 46. Yeah, this is 4 straight victories. 4 straight victories. The Colts defense hasn't shown up. The Colts defense just has not shown up. SGF put 2 on it, said Purdy landlord is going to burn his rent if they lose. All right, Goodson came out. Big head of steam to take it down to the 40, and he actually looked like, oh my God, there's laundry. No. There's laundry on the field. Oh, no. 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 Damn. $50. Yeah, that's a hold. That's also a hold. Yeah, that's 2 holds. Yeah, those are blatant. Those are fucking blatant. How y'all both holding in the same boundary? Yeah, that's the type of stuff where if you're a coach, you're going to lose your fucking mind, bro. You're going to lose your fucking mind, bro. It's a hat on a goddamn hat. How y'all both holding on the same fucking blocking lane, bro? Oh, shit, they done knocked the arm. They knocked that ball loose. They knocked that ball loose. Golly, yeah, they done caught Phillip. They done caught Phillip slipping. God damn. He batted the ball right out of Phillip's hands. If Phillip kept his hand forward, low-key could have tried to see if he could scheme in calling this an incomplete pass, but yeah, that was a bad pump fake because he pump faked like this. That was a bad idea. Shit. 2nd and 25. Rivers. Oh, that was dangerous. Good hands because that was going to be a reception. Great hands right there from Winters. Would I take Quentin Nelson or Anthony Munoz? I mean, they play two different positions. But if I had to go between the two, give me the Hall of Famer over the future Hall of Famer. But you can't go wrong with either one. The co-creator of Call of Duty passed away in a car crash today. Oh, no. Well, that's sad to hear. Third and 25. Oh, shit. Rivers just got fucking blasted. He hung that football off. But Downs can't find it. Rivers got hit hard. And it's 4th down. They're going to have to punt. They got a punt. There it is. High arcing punt. Oh, if they could have dislodged that football out, that would have been great, but they couldn't. They tried to dislodge that football out. He was watching a Triple H Rock Iron Man match. Yup, the year 2000 was a good year in WWE, WWF. Carl's getting in the death note after this loss? No, not yet. Not after this loss. Next week, though, yup. Because their only opportunity is if actually no. I think if they lose tonight, they might be eliminated from playoff contention. This dude pulled 2 people down with him. Oh, they got Phillip Rivers jawing at somebody. Okay, Phillip. No, if they take a loss, I don't think they can win the division. They have to win. If they lose, they can't win the division. They have to win. Because both the Bills and the Jaguars have 10 wins. So if Indianapolis loses here, there's no scenario where they can actually no, the Bills and Jaguars, the Jaguars have what? 11 wins. The Jaguars have 11 wins. The Bills have 11. No, the Bills have 10. Is that 10-4? No, they're 11-4. Bills have 11. The Chargers have 11. Yeah, so if the Colts lose here, that's it. They're in they're in the death note. Jesus Christ, last 19 drives, 10 touchdowns, 6 field goals. Good God. Emiliano said, you just found the TikTok I was talking about earlier? Yeah, I was able to find it. Why do they pronounce the Jaguars as Jaguars? You know, it was hilarious. I was actually going to mention that in the commentary. Literally, I kid you not. I'm so happy you brought that up. I wish I knew. I think maybe it depends on where you are, what region you're located in. 3rd and 6, another first down. Just another first down. Whenever I hear people say Jaguars, I'm like, why do they say Jaguars? It's all regional? Okay. Accent thing. Another first down. Gets out of bounds, but if you're the Colts, you need them to stay inbounds. Christian McCaffrey going nowhere. What are my thoughts on Nikki Bella dating an Eagles player? Well, for one, they just took a photo, so there's no guarantee that it's her and Cooper DeJean is together. Two, if they are, good to them. Not my business. As long as they don't do nothing wild and they come across my desk, we all right. Troy Aikman looked like he drunk all the time, bro. Troy Aikman looked like he drunk all the time. All right. Brock Purdy. Oh, intercepted. Cam Bynum has the football. Bynum has the football. Bynum has the football. The dancing Bynum takes the football away, and the Colts have a chance. Whoa. Brock Purdy turned it over. First drive in 19 drives, there's a turnover. Wow, he overthrew Evan Bourne, but Bourne should have caught that. The ball went right through his hands. What? Wow. All right. Week 16 has been a wild one. Week 16 has been an absolutely wild one. Here we go. Phillip Rivers has a chance to make this even wilder. Five minutes. Rivers dumps off Michael Pittman. There's the catch. Gain of 9. Kendrick Evan airborne. Second and 1. Here we go. What do you got, Rivers? Got him, man. Alec Pierce, first down to the 30. Move, 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 move. You got to score on the north side of the 2-minute warning. You got to hurry. You got to hurry. You only got 2 timeouts left. You have the benefit of the 2-minute warning. You got to score before 3 minutes, or I should say 2:30. You got to score before 2:30. Come on, Indianapolis. Make this interesting. Make this interesting. Oh, it's intercepted. No, Minto, no. When is this going the other way? And he's headed to McDonald's. Can I get a McPick 6? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Your season is over in this bitch. Winters with the pick 6 takes it away from Rivers, and that's all she wrote. Oh, Lord. Winters goes 75 yards in the opposite direction, and it's all over for the Colts. It's all over for the Colts. Lazy put 20 on it, giving out gifts. Donations. Oh, no. Winters ends it for the Niners, and it's a 3-possession lead. Oh, my God. Warren has to attack the football. Warren didn't attack the football. Winters did, and he gave out
Donations. 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 Gifts. 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 More gifts. More gifts.
brutal. Absolutely brutal. And now Rivers becomes the oldest man to throw a pick 6, probably. That is terrible. That is terrible. Can I get a McPick 6? Oh, Lord. 21-point game. And the Niners are going to get the W. Actually. Rivers should have gave me the football. I'm here. Rivers should have gave me the football, bro. Giving out gifts. Donations. Just absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. 3:26 left to go. Oh, man. What a shame. Extended his clock for Hall of Fame eligibility for a pick 6. I mean, he was trying to help with a playoff run, but unfortunately, that ain't the case. Pass sailed, incomplete. Or I should say, the play was incomplete because it went right into the hands of the defender. Tyler Warren, trying to run away with the football, doesn't attack it, and Winters takes it away and goes the distance for the touchdown. That is absolutely brutal. That is absolutely brutal. 2020 Steelers, 2023 Eagles, not a 2025 Colts. Nah, they're not on the same wavelength because the Steelers and the Eagles collapsed, but they went to the playoffs and continued to collapse. The Colts aren't going to make the playoffs. Oh, they don't put Riley Leonard out there now. Yeah, they only wanted Rivers to give him a chance to see if they could make it to the playoffs. Yeah, they got Anthony Richardson over here just activated, but still there on the bench. Oh, he cut his dreads? Anthony Richardson look old as hell, bro. That man does not look like he 24, 25. Dude look like he 33 off the block. You appreciate Rivers coming out of retirement. One more ride, indeed. This is it. 2-minute warning right here. To my Ricky Williams. What a shame, bro. Because the Colts really had a chance to make things so interesting. But unfortunately, that is not the case. They going home. Yeah, helmet and sunglasses. I don't need no Guardian cap. You better stop it. This Guardian cap business. You know, Philip is mad. Yeah, he's probably very angry at himself. He's probably very angry at himself. But what a shame. The Jets fleeced the team. Yeah, you ended up getting Sauce Gardner, but he got hurt. Who's to blame for this loss? The defense. The fucking defense. The defense couldn't stop a soul. What was it? 6 straight drives with touchdowns? Like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? It might have been 7. Defense couldn't stop a heartbeat. Like, it, bro, these motherfuckers was terrible. I should get a visor. Funny that you bring that up. I had ordered a visor, but the machine had broken, so they had to refund me my money. So I have to wait to order a new visor. And I have a Chiseled Adonis logo visor. I was going to order with my logo over here, polarized, but the machine broke. So here we are. Minutes. 2 minutos. Oh, wait. They're still alive? Fourth and 1, last chance. Leonard. Drop. That's it. Game done. Game done. Pass incomplete. That's it. Just take your knees. Game done. Leonard. Pass incomplete. That's it. Sunny days. Everybody loves them. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? The Colts were the best team in the NFL midway through the season. These motherfuckers was 8-2, not 8-7. Just terrible. Now look at you. Packing them up. Them boys getting packed up. What a shame. What a shame. Should have handed me the opportunity to get in there, coach. This is comfortable. I'm asleep. What a shame. Nathan Bafavon said the Bills, Chargers, Jags clinch playoff berths with the Colts loss. That's going to happen at this point. Colts are going in the death note. Get it ready. Oh, 100%. I got it ready. 23, 35, 277, 2 TDs, and then, of course, that lone INT. So, really, 3 TDs because he threw a pick 6. Man, you gotta be frustrated with the fucking defense, bro. You gotta be so frustrated with the fucking defense, bro, because they was cooking straight out the gate, man, but that's so brutal. That's so brutal. Colts going to Galveston. Yeah, they will next week. What a shame. What a shame. Completely unfortunate. A huge loss for the Niners. And they're getting packed up, ladies and gentlemen. Because just like with the losers of Raw, the 49ers tell the Indianapolis Colts to take out their Metro car and get aboard the L train. Oh, Lord. Oh, wow. Phillip Rivers and John Lynch. Damn, they got the highlights of when John Lynch had sacked Phillip Rivers. John Lynch looked like he ain't played football in 20 years. And he sacks the guy who's still playing. Ain't that wild? Absolutely wild. And guess what, Chargers, tonight?
You lose.
Y'all ain't nothing but some failure. And what are they eating for dinner?
Fresh hot ales. 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 Fresh hot ales.
Fresh hot ales. Get your lemons.
It's over. You lose.
Pack them boys up. They got an L. They got an L. Nathan Batuan said, forgot to mention the Ravens eventually in the death note. Indeed, they will be next week if they lose or if Pittsburgh wins. Brian put 5 in and said the 2025 Colts, would they qualify as one of the biggest season collapses ever? One of the biggest? There's been a lot of season collapses in the NFL. They've been one of the in recent memory. They certainly are up there. But such a shame. Remember Denver? I think Denver was what, like 8 and what was it, 2009? What was the record for Denver in 2009? I think Broncos was like 6-0 or some shit like that. And then they lost a gang of games. Yup. Broncos 6-0. And then they went 2-8 down the stretch. They were 6-0, then they lost 4 in a row, 1-2, lost 4 in a row. Just brutal. Yeah, so we've had some collapses in NFL history. Nathan Batuan said, hope you guys have a good night. Happy holidays indeed. I'm getting ready to go get myself some sleep. I appreciate y'all tuning into the stream. Commentary will be tomorrow. And I have some things that I have to work on from there, but I will see you guys. I will be streaming Christmas Day, just not sure which game it's going to be just yet. Jake Plummer in Arizona or Jake Plummer in Denver? I think he had higher heights in Denver, so I'll go with Denver. But he had a lot of more memorable moments out there in Arizona. But overall, well, not really more in Arizona. I think I'd probably end up going Denver. So we shall see what will transpire this upcoming Thanksgiving. I said Thanksgiving, Christmas. But all that being said, y'all have yourselves a great night. Eddie! Take us out.
Good night. Suck my dick. Bye-bye.